I pooped this morning, and now you can totally tell. Yesterday I was so bloated. That's so funny, dude. I could feel it in my stomach, like when I tried to like turn sideways like this. It felt like, whew, felt like there was fucking something pushing on the back of my throat. So full of shit. I drank fiber yesterday. I drank some Metamucil yesterday. And this morning when I pooped, it was like the most satisfying poop I have had in so long. Chef's kiss. Please, God, I hope that every single one of you could start your day with a poop as relieving as the poop I had this morning. May all your poops be so good. Okay. You're welcome. Tonsils are all clear, no stones. Aww, I hate that when you have to poop and then nothing comes out. Are you a woman? If you're a woman, I have a trick for you that you'll never be constipated again, but it only works if you're a woman. You have to have a vagina. So as a woman, if we're constipated, we can take our finger and put it in our vagina, and then you push against the back wall of your vagina, and you can actually help push the poop out. It's only to be used in emergency situations, though, because if you do that, you could cause your muscles to rely on that in order to pass your poop. So then you turn 60 and you can't poop on your own. So that's not something you should do unless you are like constipated and you're like, oh, should I go to the hospital right now? No, girl, don't go to the hospital. Do that. You'll be right as rain. No, I will not be demonstrating. Not today. But you can use your imagination. If you don't have a vagina, then you might not be able to really use your imagination. But if you have a vagina, then it clicks right away. It's a goofy trick, but it works. Okay, so listen, I was brushing my teeth this morning. And this is the same thing that happened yesterday. I was brushing my teeth yesterday morning and I was like, I gotta turn on the live stream. This is fucking hilarious. So I'm brushing my teeth and I switched hands for a minute. No, what was I doing? I don't know what I was doing. I didn't have a shirt on, so I'm just standing there and I was like, it's not doing it right now. It's kind of doing it, but not really. But anyway, I saw this muscle and I was like, it's got like a hump to it. It's not just like, oh yeah, a muscle. It's like a muscle. Damn, my left side is stronger than my right side. Okay. I guess I have to start working on the left side now, or the right side a little bit. I've been focusing so much on getting this side right that I haven't even, what is that? Thank you, Indigo. I don't need nobody to fix me. And no, you can't fix me because I won't let you anywhere near me. So there'll be no fixing going on by anyone else other than myself. If anyone's going to do any fixing on my behalf, it's going to be me. My tablet is fucking dead. I gotta go get my laptop. Oh my god. Are you fucking serious? Girl, you are so nosy. Y'all see my cat come running as soon as some drama happened? Cat heard something dramatic happen. She's like, ooh, what's that? I'm nosy. I'm a nosy kitty cat. All right, so we're going to follow a workout routine because I can. It looks stinky. My clean floor looks stinky. Like you've got no mess or anything to other than the stuff I'm using, my actual workout equipment. Okay, let's find something. Upper body. $20 LBS. That was supposed to be tube. Okay, upper body workout with dumbbells. I am gonna fail so hard on one of these upper body workouts. All these are fucking skinny ass women. I don't want skinny women telling me how to lift weights. Okay, let's try shoulder workout with dumbbells.
The Depeche Mode album has just leaked on an online...
Why? Okay, I want a man to tell me what to do. 10-minute lightweight dumbbell shoulder workout. 30-minute arms and shoulders workout.
Want sculpted arms and strong defined shoulders without spending hours in the gym? This 30-minute dumbbell workout is designed to target those trouble spots, boosting strength and muscle tone.
Let's
fast.
do it, bitch.
There are 5 circuits, 2 exercises each. We'll repeat twice before doing the bodyweight superset. We'll end with a killer lightweight shoulder finisher and a cool down and stretch. Use light to medium dumbbells for this high volume workout. Now let's get to work and sculpt those arms.
Wait, you're just going? You're not gonna tell me what to do? I better mute this. Dum 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 dum. 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 Okay, what now? Skull crushers. Bro, my left shoulder feels stronger than my right shoulder now. I think I fucked up. Okay. All right, so next. What is the difference? That's basically the exact same thing that we just did. What's he doing? He's only pulling it to here. What? You're making me do those again? Am I taking crazy pills? Did I go back too far? Yeah, it's gonna totally fucking... I don't even know if I can do one push-up. What do you mean? suck at push-ups. Okay, what now? Curls with reverse grip. I hate being a small, weak woman. Something ain't right. Why is that doing that? That's why. Ah, that's better. It's like, why am I feeling numbness? This definitely is targeting that, whatever that muscle is called. Nah, just pinched nerves, not nerve damage. I don't have any nerve damage, only pinched nerves. Oh, my little weak girly arms. My tiny little fragile and delicate bird body. It doesn't have two irises, it just has one. It's not the tool. Okay, so what is he doing? He's got his arms kind of like this. It's hard for me to, I have to look at myself. He wants me to do 20 more push-ups. Sir, you got me fucked up. Can't you see I'm just the girl? I'm struggling. He's kicking my ass. I could do that. My grandma would do planks every day, she would plank for like 10 minutes or something, like an obscene amount of time. Don't hiccup burp on me. Or do. That's cool too. Let's get stoned and then maybe I'll... See, I have to have something to listen to or I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm in my own head too much. But this guy whose video is on, he's playing dumb copywritten music. So, yeah. She was like, she did planks up until the day she had her stroke and became unable to function. But she's also autistic upon reflection. And, let's see what we can do to develop our weak butt. She could touch her toes. Like, I've never, if I don't stretch, it doesn't matter. I can still put my hands flat on the ground. But that's just like, I don't know, hypermobility or whatever. We're just a very flexible group of women. We thought that. Come to find out, we're all autistic. Every single fucking one of us. There's 11 of us, and we're all autistic. Thanks, Grandma.
It gets weak and underdeveloped if you sit all day and don't properly train it in your workouts, which for some people leads to issues with posture and back pain. Now, its main function is hip extension, something you do when you deadlift or when you're squatting. But to my surprise, Brett didn't actually pick those as his top movements to grow this muscle.
I think the reverse lunge is the best, but it's too good. It makes you too sore. If I have you do dumbbell walking lunges to failure, say we did it out in the parking lot, I just had you go up and down to absolute failure, your glutes get too sore. Your glutes, your adductors, everything gets so sore.
This is actually the problem with many glute exercises. It's easy to work your glutes through lunges, squats, and deadlifts, but they also come with 3 key problems. The first is that most of these exercises are taxing compound movements that target multiple muscles at once. And while this is usually a good thing, if other muscles like your lower back, or even your grip or then you could reach failure while your glute still has 7 or 8 reps left in the tank. And what's even worse is that if you already have weak or hard to activate glutes, other muscles can steal your glute pain.
Yeah.
Now, I actually ran into this problem myself. Usually, squats would hit my glutes really well. But after neglecting my glutes for a while, once I came back to doing heavy squats, all I could feel were my inner thighs and quads taking over. That's why even if you've gotten really strong on squats and deadlifts, your glute growth just may not reflect it. And finally, soreness. It's one of the things I have hated about many glute exercises like Bulgarian split squats.
Ooh, I forgot about those. How do I do that?
Doing them over again. In some cases, it was even tough to recover before my next leg session, which is when Brett proposed an exercise I'd actually never tried before. The he's found extremely effective at growing the glutes without the soreness and limitations that most exercises come with.
But the step up does not get you as sore.
I see.
And therefore you can perform it more frequently. And we want to train glutes 2 to 3 times a week, at least twice a week. If
I forgot it did.
Have at it.
Right.
So
wait, if it's high enough to do that.
Okay, for this one you can have both hands up there. There's learning the movement. So you are going to step back, keep the back leg in line with the torso, lean forward, and sit way back. Okay, reach back even further. Tap up. Now, when you reach the bottom, I want you to freeze frame. Because remember this pattern here?
Oh, that's stretching.
Yeah, 45 torso.
The exercise Brett has been suffering through is called the glute focus step down. It actually looks quite similar to a lunge or split squat, but there's one key difference. By keeping one leg in the air and following a few simple functions, it forces the glutes to do almost all of the work. I was honestly shocked with just how effective it was, even with just my body weight. Now, Brett does have a custom platform just for this, but even if your gym doesn't, that's not going to be a problem. Just move a bench next to any equipment or a rack that you can hold onto for balance. Then, slowly push your hips back while folding over at your torso. You want to want to reach your back leg out until it lightly touches the ground, and then without using any momentum or boosting yourself up,
So I got my two weights attached to this thing.
using the glute of your final leg. Now to prevent your quads from taking over, you want to try not to let your knees bend too far forward over your toes. For more glutes, keep your knee right over your foot. And lastly, do try to choose a bench height so that at the bottom of the movement, the thigh of your front leg is parallel with the ground. And if your platform is too high, you can always add a plate for your back foot to shorten the rep. And because these are so tough, even with just your body weight, you can easily do this at home with a sturdy chair next to your counter. But eventually, you will want to progressive overload this exercise with weight over time. And there's a way to use that weight for even better glute activation.
When you have weight in the opposite hand, this glute has to stabilize you. When you're standing straight up, it's mostly glute medius. When you go down into the stretch, it's not glute medius anymore, it's the gluteus maximus, so that it has to produce a little more activation to counteract the rotational torque imposed on the hip.
So by holding the dumbbell in your opposite hand, you're now not working just the glute max, but the outer upper glute known as the glute medius as well. In fact, this exercise works so well for me that it hasn't just become a staple in my own workouts, but I actually asked our team to add it to our Built with Science Plus app so that our members can easily add it to their workout plans, complete with a form guide and easy progress tracking. But here's the thing. This first exercise challenges your glutes most at the bottom when they're fully stretched. And Brett believes it may build more.
Coy, my
but
hip
if you
is
want
just
that
cracked.
full, round shape, the kind of glutes they write country songs about, you're going to want to pair it with another exercise that challenges your glutes
Country
in the squeeze
songs?
position and may help develop more of that upper region. Now, in the past, I was always biased towards doing stretch-focused movements like the step down.
Are there a lot of country songs out there written about women's butts?
Brett and I together ran a study that compared training muscles in the stretch versus squeeze position. And we even tested the glutes specifically. And while you can see the full results of our study in this video here, what I will say is that combining one stretch focus and one squeeze focus exercise is likely going to give you the biggest benefit, and not just for growth.
I've seen big, strong dudes that squat 315, 405. They didn't have in-range hip extension strength, so they were prone to getting low back pain because they want to anterior tilt and put everything in the flex position. When you have extended range hip extension strength, you start noticing good things. Your body starts distributing stress better, squats feel better, deadlifts feel better. You start taking longer strides when you walk.
So to build the type of strength that Brett is describing, we're going to use the hip thrust. Now I know what some of you guys are thinking. There is no way I'm doing that in the middle of the gym.
So you're telling me you're okay with bending over with a barbell, but not with thrusting with a barbell? Come on, that doesn't make sense.
Are people embarrassed to do gym moves at the gym?
Easy to set up alternative that can work just as
People go to the gym and then get afraid to work out?
which you can even do at home. But regardless of if
Ooh.
you use a barbell, hip thrust machine, or the single leg,
Ooh.
work at growing the glutes if you follow these 3 steps.
Oh, good
First,
lord.
Make sure your upper back is high up on the bench to maximize your stability. Second, plant your feet far enough away such that at the top position, your knees are directly over your feet. If they're too close, you're going to work more quads. If they're too far away, you're going to work more hamstrings. And lastly, brace your core, squeeze your glutes, and then drive your hips up. But the final tip Brett showed me, it might just be the game changer that your glutes have been missing.
What I'll say, if he wants to be pure hingy, your gaze will go like this. Come up and down. And you'll push as tall as you can possibly go. Yes. That's like pure hinge. One more. Now I'll show you more pure scoop. Look forward. Move the sternum down. So the bum is this way. Yes. Good. Now do a blend.
I kind of like the scoop.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. And it's good to know both. You want to know.
I've never done it that way. This small adjustment instantly lit up my glutes. The difference? It's called the scoop method. You tuck your chin and keep your eyes forward. Then you let your back arch at the bottom and simply focus on moving from the chest down, tilting your pelvis upwards by squeezing your glutes. I'll be honest, it does feel very weird and you're not going to be able to thrust as much weight or go as high, but it did create the perfect setup for my glutes to dominate the movement.
That's what I, okay, so, okay,
is just
yeah.
really keeping that chin tucked into your chest, which explains why Brett was holding my head. But this is also a great way to do hip thrusts for people struggling with recurrent back pain.
Oh, yeah. You have to tighten the top glutes.
Entirely from the routine after she slipped the disc. But after Brett got her with her chin tucked, she's been able to work up the heavy hip thrusts completely pain-free. And I'm actually challenging her right now to see who can grow.
Yeah, that's crazy. I need to tighten this.
But this is where it gets really interesting. So for Brett's clients, 60% of them found the scoop method worked with the other 40% prefer something called the hinge method, where you look forward at the center and look at the top and hinge your body in a straight line. So the key is to simply experiment with both methods to find what works best for your body. Now before you go, let me tell you how to work these into your routine for the best results. So Brett recommends doing 3 sets of 8 small reps 3 times per week. And this is what each full leg workout could look like. But for the best results, you're definitely going to want to personalize these workouts to your body. And with our Build a Fast Plus app, you don't just get full guys and progress tracking for every exercise, but it builds you a personalized nutrition all in one place. And now we actually have an AI version of myself that was pulling more strength and workout data to give you nutrition just like I was. And it's this deep personalization that's the key behind the countless transformations our members have been getting. And you can try it right now for free for 2 weeks over at buildtwithscience.com.
Okay, tighten the glutes, tighten the abs.
Check out this video next for 2 exercises that completely transform my shoulder growth. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Candace Owens saying no blame. She writes a whole dissertation. We're not going to put Candace in the app. We're not going to do that with Candace. Unless there's a Candace voice. I should look into that. Blake Neff, let's just see what she responded to first. So she responds to Blake Neff, and it's based on this. Blake, and it's based on this. Let's go a little deeper. Okay. So what we're seeing right now is Diligent Dennison showing why do we never clearly see Tyler Robinson's face. Okay, let's go. Let's just see this video really quick. Make it a little bigger for you guys.
And Asia Davis, who are we seeing here?
That's Tyler Robinson.
And although we're watching it on video, what is he wearing at this time?
He's wearing a dark colored baseball cap with just like it was like a party symbol on it, a white symbol on front. It said burgundy short sleeve shirt.
And Asia Davis, who are we seeing here?
That's Tyler Robinson. Let me see that again. Let me see the turn. Let me see the turn.
And Asia Davis, who are we seeing here?
That's Tyler Robinson.
And although we're watching it on video.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Huh. I don't get that. I really don't get that. Why don't they show his face? Wouldn't they make sure to? I mean, whatever. I know everybody, we're all in kind of line of thinking that this is a bunch of BS and oddness. But this is weird. You'd never actually see his face. So who could they be bringing in? And I'm not saying Lance is, but if he was some kind of asset and he did do this whole thing, or he contributed in some way, if he was brought in, it would.
Mom,
Hi, baby.
remember Bella from
my kid is calling. Okay.
Sometimes I feel like this. When I see what a guy
I had to put on shorts because I'm overheating. So
it seems like I didn't get a chance to listen to your episode, but he was talking about feeling like there was
I have shorts on. I could do a headstand right now. About my crotch being flashed all over the place. What are you after? What? You're scaring me. There is nothing in here. Maybe a spider. Or one of your toys. Your toy is over here. I threw it. I don't know what you did with it. Where's it at? I don't see it anywhere. Stretch my back. Hopefully my hip will pop and I don't fall down.
Do you trust them at that point? Trust that they're really working in that kid's best interest? I have thus far ID'd 2 of them, but we'll focus on ID'ing the rest of them when we get back on air. Oh, that's crazy. So she's going to tell us which one goes before. Those church goals. I mean, it's going to be a while. I have maintained that the feds have multiple boys on that day. Without a clear image, they certainly cannot declare this kind of Robinson, which is what I call silent ranger influencers, are hoping or hoping they can simply hypnotize the public, trusting their images and videos. For such an open and shut case, they have thus far provided clear evidence of anything outside of criminal government conspiracy, the likes of which hasn't been seen since.
Girl, you need to watch out.
Crazy. So, what I have this to say to that. Current situation, Candace is arguing that the footage of Tyler Robinson bringing himself in at the Washington County Sheriff's Office is a body of the Washington County, Genesee County, the Washington County Sheriff's Office. This as well as the former police and
Oh, it feels so good right here.
Yeah, that's not obscene. That's not crazy. Do people really think stuff like that's crazy? I feel like they do more covert things than that on a daily basis. Like all around the world. Like, you think that's a nutty thing? I don't think that's a nutty thing. I think that's like kind of standard.
Whew, I almost got it to like pull apart a little bit. Oy, that was good stuff right there. Nope. So you guys think you know everything. FYI, vaginas are supposed to have a smell. Not a rancid smell, but a smell. Every woman, her like pheromone is expressed through her vaginal fluids. So that's why every woman's smells different. That's why y'all men are creeps and smell couches when we get up. That's why you steal our underwear. Because you're weirdos. It sure is, Natrona. And here you are, eating out of the garbage can. Huh. Unfortunately, I have medical issues going on, and so if I don't do that shit, I will be sick. It's convoluted, but it's true.
Part of the military unit because military units utilize the color of the day to organize in undercover operations that require them to wear plain clothes.
Dude, that
as
man's
citizens.
workout, I'm realizing like what a weakling I really am. And how like I'm just playing house at lifting weights. If I actually did like a workout routine or something, I'd be cock diesel. Getting tired of YouTubers. Listen, I really don't feel like dealing with this, so if you could just... Are you fucking serious right now? You motherfucker. Ugh. That pisses me off. You could please, God damn it, please post the exact verbiage where it states specifically our relatives, child, parent, spouse may inherit our
online chat room, she says, the year is 1993. The location, Warner Music headquarters, one of the largest media companies in the world. In the vice president's office, a secretary bursts through the door. Sir, our new Depeche Mode album has just leaked in an online chat room, she says anxiously. The executive
Exactly, Scorpio. Hi, sissy!
He finally opens his mouth and says, what is
I will never be a mother or a grandmother. Well, you're a little late. I'm already a mother, so.
The music industry's biggest problem, and major record labels would do everything in their power to stem the coming tide. The culmination.
Scorpio, don't give them what they want, which is someone to argue with. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Like their entire purpose, like not necessarily the minutia of what they're doing right now, but the grand scale is to go around and just be argumentative with people just cause. They have nothing, literally nothing else to do with themselves. And this is what they're choosing to do in their free time. So just imagine the type of person that we're dealing with. Not worth your time. Hello, you. I do not have thick skin. I am a very sensitive person. I'm just a very sensitive person who is extremely secure in myself. I cry all the time. All the time. I get my feelings hurt all the time, and I cry over it. I do it on the live stream. I did it yesterday morning. I kind of want to go back to my wimpy girl exercise because I don't really feel like doing anything.
Sandbagging the process to make it harder and slower than necessary. They clearly wanted to demonstrate that this online distribution model was not going to be the
Oh, well, maybe I did say it.
But the pirates had other ideas.
But I wouldn't just like casually say that. I don't actually have thick skin. And these are also things I'm discovering about myself, you know, as time goes on. Like I'm still a human being evolving every day, you know. I'm emotionally mature. I've reached about as emotionally mature as I'm going to get. But I'm still having aha moments about my own self on a regular basis. So if I'm saying it in the live stream, that's the most current and updated version of Heather firmware.
Rabid Neurosis would also form in 1996 and would have a bitter rivalry with CBA. The two competed to release the best and the most MP3s as possible, and the winners were the pirates who were downloading them. With the popularity of these groups on the rise, the major labels knew they had to work fast to stop the MP3 from taking over. In 1997, Capitol Records and Duran Duran released the first ever digital single for sale, using a new proprietary format called liquid audio, which promises more copyright protection than the far more popular, unrestricted MPEG and WAV formats. And Capitol weren't the best. By this point,
Okay, I kind of want to listen to this. I want to go back.
Music. It's a historical period of music. Despite being headline news at the time, the incident has faded from public consciousness. Now only remembered in cybersecurity circles as a historical.
Yeah, I mean, Love 211, that's pretty much what they're doing. They're trying to drive us all into a Mad Max, you know, tank girl type of world. That's 100% what they're doing.
With the leaking of the Depeche Mode record, the race was now on to see if they could get ahead of the tide and stop the coming flood.
Yeah, I make rugs. I tuft rugs. I'm a tough person, but like I said, I wouldn't say that I have a thick skin because I am very sensitive.
And they were immediately
And
CDA
as of
groups are
today,
sandbagging the process to make it harder
that's the
and
most
slower to
recent
access.
realization I have had about
They
myself.
clearly wanted to demonstrate that this online distribution model was not going to be the future of music. But the pirates had other ideas. In 1996, the MPEG group released the third version of their MPEG software, MPEG 3. And due to its
Yes, I would be a very
proliferation
good
of
ally for
online
somebody.
piracy websites, it does not take long for organized pirate groups to use the software. First onto the scene was a group called Compressed GA Audio, or CDA for short.
I have been training
Their first release
for the
was
last
Earth
5
Sneaks
years.
by Metallica. It took a while for the MP3 software to spread around and catch on, but it was popular enough early on that CDA inspired another group. Rabid Neurosis would also form in 1996 and would have a bitter rivalry with CDA. The two competed to release the best and the most MP3s as possible, and the winners
I should stretch
were
my arms
pirates who would
before I do
download them.
this.
With the popularity of these groups on the rise, the major labels knew they had to work fast to stop the MP3 from taking over. In 1997, Capitol Records and Duran Duran released the first ever digital single for sale, using a new proprietary format called liquid audio, which promises more copyright protection than the far more popular, unrestricted MPEG and WAV formats. And Capitol weren't sending their best. By this point in their career, Duran Duran had just come off of an album that was described as stunningly wrong-headed. It's easy to heap praise on Capitol now for being forward-thinking with the first digital single for sale. However, the album that it was attached to, they had so little faith in it that it never even released in Europe.
Nope, I don't fart in jars.
1999 is the turning point year, and a few things happen. Firstly, you've got the upstart label emusic.com offering MP3s for purchase, and they've just signed They Might Be Giants, who are releasing their new album as an online download exclusive. From the major label front, Virgin Records, a subsidiary of EMI at this
They Might Be
point,
Giants. Would
has
that
just put
be
out David
the...
Bowie's new album for online purchase 2 weeks
Oh, I
before
can't
it hits
remember how it
shop
goes.
shelves. They've opted to use
Not
both
Istanbul,
restricted
not
liquid audio
Constantinople, not
format and
Istanbul,
also
not
the new
Constantinople, not
Microsoft file
Istanbul,
format, MS Audio
Constantinople, not
4.0,
Constantinople
which
has
has
the
also been
works.
billed
That's
as
nobody's
combating
business but the
proliferation.
Turks. Down in old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why'd they change it? I can't say, but it looked like it better that way. I think that's Might Be Giants. You got it. Yeah, so I was yesterday I was hauling logs like a fucking plow horse. But usually Thursdays and Fridays are spent holding a weed eater and like weed eating. Like I have a harness on to kind of distribute some of the weight, thank God, because my fucking arms would be like this big if I didn't. But I wouldn't be able to do it for as many hours as I do it if I didn't have a fucking vest. But I spend most of my time weed eating, like really tall grasses, around rocks, orchards, fences. Like basically all summer I've just been trying to hit the property at least once somewhere. It's been shit. But yesterday I was hauling logs. No, yesterday I cleaned a house. I cleaned the house yesterday. And it was really dirty from all of the pine needles and shit. But the day before I was hauling logs. My job is very physical. I am either cleaning houses, moving furniture. Like I'm a universal cleaner. I clean up people's yards, whether that be weed eating or like picking up logs and moving them, or like, you know, cutting down trees and clearing out brush and then removing all that stuff, or whether that means, you know, like literally picking up garbage and like tidying things up. I clean houses. I clean businesses. I don't know, what else do I clean? Cars. I tidy up after everybody. That's like my job, is to tidy up. One of my clients told me that I am a universal cleaner, and like I'm universal, meaning that I can clean anything, but universal also meaning that I keep the universe clean. And I was like, oh, that's cute. So my goal is to get paid to help people do things they don't have time to do in their own lives. By doing that, I am learning how to be an adult and how to take care of my own home, because I was not raised like in a regular house. Like my mom was a fucking drug addict, and like I bounced around from the time that I was like 5 or 6 years old. I bounced around all over the place. My grandma told me one time, she's like, Heather, I feel so bad for you. You don't have a permanent place to hang your hat. And I was like, Grandma, home is wherever I hang my hat. I miss my grandma. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I just like want to decompress today, actually. So like today's like my day off, and I kind of want to spend it just standing in one place and staring at the wall. So there's that. I meant it when I said I want to stand in one spot and stare at the wall. It's so juicy. I just love it so much. It's hard to come out of it. Okay. Oh, I'm very well. I need water, actually. I need to buy water. Fuck me, dude. Ugh. I need extra money. Oh, I know what I'll do. The YouTube money will be coming soon. YouTube pays me on the 21st. So I could use that money to go towards my phone. They told me they're going to turn off my cell phone. I'm getting sucked in. Look at that. Oh, that's interesting. That's a road right there. And people can see right at me. Interesting. Oh, he's dreaming. My brain wants to suck me in very hard. Yeah, so people like in I went to school from kindergarten to like 3rd, maybe 4th grade. And throughout all that time, they told me that, I was called a space cadet because I would stare into space a lot. And I've never seen anything wrong with it because I have my aha moments during those space cadet moments. I have visions and like premonitions that do end up happening. That is the time for my mind to go still and for me to like open up and listen to God. And so, and sometimes it's just like visualizing really interesting things in like a fantasy, playing out or something like that. Or sometimes I'm playing out scenarios that have happened, or, like it is also those things. But people have been like, oh, you're disassociating from trauma, or oh, you're just staring into space, you're in la la land or whatever. But like, I just I was just going through social media the other day, and I popped onto this like old Asian dude, and he's like, his whole shtick is like meditation and, Buddhist wise words. He's like a modern day Confucius. There's that fucking Siamese cat causing problems in other people's yards. I just saw that fucking Siamese cat. No wonder she likes to sit here. She's literally watching that Siamese cat over there. What a whore. Anyways, so he was talking about an ancient form of meditation that has been, it's been around for 1,000 years, where you stand in one place and you stare off into the void for 20 minutes a day. And I was like, I might be at 20 minutes. And so then it started making my little wheels turn, and I was like, here she comes looking for her boyfriend in the window. So anyways, the wheels started turning, and I realized, like, wait, staring into space is a form of meditation. You are silencing yourself, going still, going into your own mind. No shit. So what you're telling me is that I've accidentally been a devout practicer of meditation for the last 42 years. Because that's what I heard. Because I'm sorry, but there's nothing negative about what I'm doing. There's no way anyone could convince me that that's disassociation in such a negative, like, Freudian term. You know? I already live my life in a Christ-like fashion. Everything I do, I wonder, I don't take Adderall, no. I wonder to myself, what would Jesus do in this situation? I do that all the time. How would Jesus handle this situation? And then I try to move that way. Sometimes in today's world, you have to show people that you're not a doormat. And so sometimes it's not always possible to be perfect Christ-like. But by and large, that's how I live my life. And I'm not even a Christian. I don't believe Jesus was the Son of God, literally the only born on this earth Son of God. No, I don't believe that. But I do believe that if you read what Christ said and then you do that, like, I am a follower of Christ. I am a studier. I study Christ, and I will follow his teachings. But I'm not going to. I don't worship anything except for all that is. Yeah, Burning Mill, it's almost like moving incorrectly your entire life teaches you exactly how to move correctly. You know what I'm saying? yeah, my tattoos and my dreadlocks are not one of them, so don't get it twisted. But yeah, I've absolutely made bad choices. I didn't have anyone to teach me. I don't have parents. I don't have nobody. I was literally on my own at 14 years old. So yeah, I made a lot of bad choices. But guess what? Guess who lives the most content life out of anyone I know? Me. That's right, me. I am happy and I am grateful for my life, and I work my fucking ass off in a job that a man won't do, and I know this because I'm doing the job whereas a man could be doing it. So I'm married, but oh, my hips, that felt so good. Dooby dooby doo. Strangers in the night, exchanging rubbers. This one is too tight.
By the end of the 90s, CDRs had become cheap and burnable at home, and they were getting cheaper every year, and more people were getting home PCs and joining the internet revolution. The major labels were really, really starting to sweat. But getting MP3s was still a rogue and decentralized process. It was spread across different forums and chat rooms and websites and FTP servers.
Where's the little stretchy thing?
What have you. It wasn't like there was just an application on your desktop that gave you any album
Kind of
you
want
wanted with a push of a button.
want it to be a little bit tighter.
The computer screen is filled with musical choices, songs condensed using MP3 technology.
Napster simply facilitates communication among people interested in music.
At a popular website, a Napster will help you download any song you want.
It's a return to the original information.
God, I remember downloading shit on Napster. I discovered DJ Tisto that way. Tisto, I never knew how to, I only ever saw it written. Tisto did a cover of the Wizard of Oz, was it? No, it was the Clockwork Orange. Find the DJ Tisto remix of the Clockwork Orange. I was like 14, 15, downloading shit on Napster. Took a lot of LSD at that time. And they had that, was it Windows Media Player? No, it was AMP. It was you could have skins. Winamp. That's what it was. It was Winamp. And you could have all these skins for it, and it had this like window you could pop up, and it had all these like fractal laser fucking shapy things to look at. It's Winamp. This was before LimeWire. This was before LimeWire. And then we also used to use, there was this, I think when it was LimeWire, that's when you had to download another, like a downloading tool.
Sony in particular were playing an advanced game here because the success of the Sony Walkman was still fresh in their mind. They knew that the next frontier would be computer file playing devices, but they really, really didn't want to support MP3s because there was no copy protection. So the first product they launched, the memory stick Walkman, only played 8-track files. And when the first MP3 playing devices were available to consumers, the recording industry sued to try and prevent them going to market. In 2001, Apple would launch their own music player, the iPod, and it played unrestricted MP3 files. It was a smash hit, and publications were quick to call it the 21st century's Walkman. Sony were losing their grip. They wanted to be selling these music playing devices. They wanted the 21st century Walkman. were still holding on to the idea that they could have a file format that was their own. Even when they released a device that had a hard drive inside, like the iPod, they still were pushing the 8-track file format. The problem was this. It was too easy to rip a CD to an MP3.
On CD insert, ask to import CD. Sure. Import using MP3 encoder. Sure. Setting. Good quality, 128 kbps. Sure. Remember, the higher the quality, the larger the audio file will be, but 128 is CD quality, so that's good.
CD sales were plummeting, and Sony was getting desperate. But why was it so hard to prevent CDs from being ripped to MP3 anyway? In the year 1980, Sony and Philips had just finished developing the compact disc, and it seems there's finally a format that can supplant vinyl LPs and cassette tapes. Later on, research was done about putting any type of digital file on the CD. The standard that was
Okay,
published here was
what
called CD
have I done on my
ROMs.
left side
The
that
amount
I
of
need to
data
catch
that
up
they
on my
could
right
store
side
for
now?
time was very impressive.
Stuart, the amazing and exciting thing about CD-ROM is just the pure volume of data that you can get on one of these things. As most people know, you can get over 600 megabytes on one of these little disks. That's a few times the size of the average hard disk, and you've got all that room. Software developers can do some really incredible things. For instance, they can put digitized photos, digitized animations, sound, graphics, things you would never even want to fit on your hard disk if you have any files at all.
What about serious business applications?
CD-ROMs were launched in 1985, and as part of the original
That looked like
spec,
the
they
lady
had a
whose
very
house I
clever
cleaned.
idea to enable mixed mode CDs. The way that
She's
mixed
a retired.
mode CDs work is quite simple. They would have a
They're
track
retired. They
one
used to work for
that contained
Apple
all of
and
the
Google.
digital data, and then every track after that would be a normal music
All right.
CD. Because
I
this
have
mixed
to
mode feature
now
was
catch up on my
some
right
early
side
CD
because I've
players did not
overdone it on
use
this side.
data
I've got this big old muscle now
This disc is
that I
only
keep
intended
catching
for
in the
use
mirror.
a Dreamcast
I was
console.
like looking in the mirror. I was doing something in the
Game
sink
media,
and
so
I
don't
saw
let them
this
backtrack.
in the mirror and I was like,
The next relevant update to the CD would happen in 1995.
oh shit.
Enhanced CD.
But like, as you can see, wait, there we go.
Instead of putting
Come
the
on.
data on track one, what they would do is split the CD into 2 sessions. See, every CD.
This one is more developed now.
Right at the start. Table of contents says how many tracks there are and what length they are. The end of a CD also has a small section.
Damn it.
called the lead out.
My right arm used to be my strong arm.
With a multi-section CD,
Now my left arm is my
multiple
fucking
lead-in,
strong arm. Look at that shoulder, dude.
then have a lead out, and then put another lead in with another table of contents.
Oh, I'm getting a dimple on my back. Heather, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. So
Oh,
the
this is
enhanced
a
CD
camera on the other side.
was this. Session 1 was your normal audio CD. It's got your lead-in, your table of contents, and your outro. So to an audio CD
See,
player,
this one
it
is
looks like
engaging
a CD.
different.
But then in session 2, it would put CD-ROM data. And the CD-ROM drives that were being sold to home PC users
Oh, yeah, dude.
result of this nearly
What?
20 years of innovation all led up to the fact that in 2000,
How can I do this? Can I zoom in? Yes.
this is an enhanced CD.
No way, dude. Oh, get out of the way, Heather.
Research was well underway.
Oh,
And if it was possible to do something with this data set
oh my God.
to prevent illegal duplicate.
Oh. Oh my God. Dude, you guys, literally. I'm used to being like, holy shit, dude, is that what I look like from behind? What? Dude, stop it. Look at this shoulder. Oh. God, dude, I've never looked at my back like that.
Some come first gained notoriety in the press when they released their
Okay, so like here's the thing, right? I am a petite woman, okay? Like I'm 5'3". I weigh like 100 and I mean I weigh more now, but like I've been wondering why I was gaining weight. When I go to the doctor every time I'm like a little bit heavier and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like not I feel skinny or like why am I gaining so much weight? It's like it's all in my shoulders. This is so fucking cool. Oh my god. Listen, okay, I have to tell you. All right. In my life, I have reached literally every single goal that I have ever set for myself that that I was like, okay, I'm going to really take an action. I'm going to hit this goal. Like, I'm going to do this thing. I've done it, every single one. I got property. I lived in a school bus. I got a bus. I manifested a truck. I manifested the property. I got this house. There's like 2 or 3 things that are on the list that I've had to come up with over the last like 3 or 4 years because like, oh, well, I've met all my goals. So like I started a business and I've been able to sustain life on that. And I've started multiple little income streams, like all these things I've wanted and I've achieved. So I was like, okay, well, let's start to think of things that are just for you, that are goals that you could strive for. No pressure. Don't want to fire up my PDA. No pressure. But just maybe some goals that you could go for that are like relatively reasonable, things that you don't even really have to do much to achieve. And so that one of those was there's a woman who I met when I was like 11, maybe 12. I was around Elliot's age. And I was volunteering because I was a homeschooler and we had to volunteer on her horse ranch. She used to take highly autistic, this was in the 90s, 94, 93, 94. So this was in the early 90s. So she would take kids on horse rides as a form of therapy. I'm gathering my thoughts. So she would take kids on horse rides and stuff. So I volunteered, and as the volunteer, and because my grandfather was a horse veterinarian, I got the grunt jobs. So I was picking shit, raking shit out of the stalls, mucking stalls. Anyway, so this woman, her arms, when I looked at her arms, it changed my brain chemistry. So like she had these like, they were skinny, like her arms were relatively small, but like she was so strong and you could see the strength in her like tanned, muscly arms. And I was just like, I want arms like that when I'm old. And so anyway, I'm 42 years old now. And I am literally like, I swear to God, I'm at the point right now in my physique where if I actually take exercising seriously for like maybe 4 months, I could be a muscle mommy. This is wild. But anyway, so I've achieved another lifelong goal that I had in my mind, my brain chemistry, something that I was just like, I want that. Like, I have it now. I've got tan, sort of. This is as dark tan as I'm ever going to get. I've got tan, muscly arms. No, I will not cut my nails. I use them too much. Wow. You guys are not great people. Leah, honestly, manifestation, I don't like it anymore. I don't think it's a tactic people should use. Manifestation is just a flowery way of saying manipulation. So I think that manifestation is a form of narcissism and sociopathy. I don't think that we should be trying to manifest anything. I think that we're supposed to use our free will to trust. That's the whole point. And so that's what I do. And I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life, since I stopped trying to like control things. And a lot of people in religious terms say they like hand over their life to God. That's essentially what I'm doing, except for without all the religious. I'm not Christian. So, I mean, I am a follower of Christ, like I said before, but I don't believe that Jesus was the one and only Son of God that was like magically born on earth. I don't believe that. I believe that we are all children of God, and that Jesus, if you just listen to what he was literally saying, uh, it'll teach you a whole lot. And I think everybody could be happier if they stopped trying to create the life of their dreams and they accept the position that they were born in, and then they do their best from there. And like, because when you're born, you're put exactly where you're needed. And so if you look around you and you're like, fuck these people, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be successful, I'm going to Hollywood, or I'm going to the big city, and then you fuck off and you leave everything behind. Like, look what's happening to farms and you know, and all of the like land tending ways. Our job as humans is to help to steward the planet, and how to, you know, to keep the planet is alive. You know, for lack of a better term, it is a living organism. Water is deep down inside the earth and flows through it, and it is essentially the plasma. So, I mean, we've just got to be better people where you are physically at. Look around you, and about a mile around you, and in any given direction, 1 mile around you, do everything that you can to help the people in that zone. And if you do that, and we all do that, then guess what? Those zones will eventually start to overlap. And then guess what? We're all at like the goal is for all of us to have our most basic needs met. That is the goal, right? So, yeah, Amy Lynn, I don't believe in any of those. I don't even like peptides, or I don't like putting shit on my skin. The reason why my skin is as good as it is because for about 20 years I did like nothing to it. Sometimes I'd hit it with a wet washcloth. Absolutely not Satan. No. Pruning is good. It's our job to take care of the, you know, the trees and the bushes that are around us. Our job is to help keep it manicured. We are the ants of the planet. Like, the planet is a human, let's say, and we are the ants. It's our job. Like, you know, we as humans will sometimes like, oh, there's a dead bug, well, I'm just gonna leave it there because I know the ants will get it, you know, or oh, something, I want that cool bone, but there's flesh on it. Hold on, let me just leave it right there and let the ants get it. We rely on the ants to do things like that. The planet relies on us to do things like that for it as well. It's the circle of life, baby. No, actually, hippies are fucking retarded. Trust me, I've unfortunately been in the proximity of quite a few of them. I just wanted long hair, okay? I want long, hyper feminine, beautiful hair, but my hair is so baby fine, silky, soft, and it's a clear blonde. Hold on, let me try to find a single hair. Okay, there's like 5 hairs right there. You see how you can't see it? How it's literally like spider silk. It tangles so much. This hair will literally not tangle up on me if I'm not careful. I have to brush it all the time. I have to keep it This shit, it's got knots in it right now, and it wants to dreadlock. I have to really work hard to keep the hair that I don't want out. But I just wanted really long hair. And because my hair is so like, it's literally like spider silk. Have you ever thought of what it might be like to try to brush spider silk? That is literally what it's like trying to brush my hair. It stretches and then breaks when you try to brush it. And even I'm a cosmetologist. My whole family does hair. So trust me, I know how to brush hair. My dog's acting like someone's here. Hold on. What's wrong? What? You need to go outside? Oh my god, it's Sunday. Thank God. The world kind of stops a little bit on Sunday. Are you hungry or something? Trying to trip me, bitch? Ooh. Sweet. Orly's like, I want to go outside and bark at everything. Orly! There's a cat. He's chasing it. That fucking Siamese cat. We don't want you around here. No, the cat does not smell. I would not be able to handle a cat piss smell. Why did your eyebrow hair do to you? My eyebrows are tattooed on. I don't have any eyelashes because my hair is blonde. Okay, hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you guys. I gotta take a shower this afternoon, so I don't care. Might be a little bit too greasy from all the Vaseline. My eyelashes aren't taking the stuff. Oh, wait, this shit might be gone. Let's see. There's not even any mascara on the tips of these eyelashes at all. It's so weird. I should have wiped them off or something. I can't see. The mascara won't stick to the tips of them for some reason. Oh, touched my skin. There they are. So I have eyelashes. They're just blonde. And for some reason, these ones won't let the mascara attach to it. So whatever, I quit. Orly, why'd you drink that water, you dumbass? I gotta clean off that eye. Come on. Come on. you drink that water, dude? Yeah, I don't know either. I go to the store and get water today. Easy. Good boy. He's a gentle boy. Oh my God, money! I was thinking about getting my eyelashes, getting some henna and putting henna. Oh yeah, it actually did put mascara on the tips of them. You just can't see it for shit on camera. At least I can't see it for shit. Okay, that's better-ish. I could at least walk around in public like that. Black castor oil. That goes with this. Oh no, I forgot about this shit. Fuck. Okay, I guess we're gonna do that because I forgot about this. Fuck. They're replacing my carpet and I have to get this bed out of here. And I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do it. So, this carpet stinks so bad. So I have to take all that apart. And I have to get it out of here. And I really don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't have enough money to pay anyone. I don't think enough time to find someone. What is this, Elliot? Let's just start with the stuff that I know I can get completed, and we'll do that first. We'll feel successful, and maybe we can move on to harder things. Fuck. I have to basically take everything out of here and pile it in my room. So I guess we'll do that now. What a bummer, dude. I forgot all about this. I'm so overwhelmed. I just want to stand in one place and not do anything. Before I have like a little empty bee. Go this way, I'll go fill my drink up, and then I'll be back. Damn, and it's the weekend, so there's not going to be any good podcasts on or anything. I'm going to have a mental breakdown, actually. Should put more little thingies in there. I can't live like this for days and days and days. I'm gonna have to have access to this, so. I have to do this before I can put on something to listen to. I've set a challenge for myself, so can't put on something to listen to until I get clear the way there. Where's the little thingy at? They're clean. I should put these on right now. Let's go to the laundry room. Cool. I made it. Actually, yeah, maybe. Yeah, you stay there. Charger to you. Oh, I can't wait till this fucking carpet is gone, dude. It stinks so gross. It's so gross. And there's like nothing that can make it. So I just usually keep these doors shut because I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to smell it. But it's going. And the sad thing is the carpet looks like new. It feels new. It looks new. But they deep cleaned it. They had a company come out and do steam cleaning like Stanley Steamer or whatever. And even after, the carpets still aren't right. So they're getting new carpets. But anyway, because I'm getting new carpet, I have to take absolutely everything out of the rooms, but I don't know how I'm gonna get that fucking bunk bed out of there. I have no fucking clue what I'm gonna do about that. Oh, let's put these on first. Oh, I want pockets. That kind of sucks. This table should be here. Oh, there's my Apple Watch. Of course it fits. Just gonna put this in the charger while I'm thinking about it. Because I'm a big girl. Money, get down. Okay, put something on. Ooh, flexibility. Freedom of range.
I understand. Yeah, I'm basically torturing my audience. Is the problem. This was supposed to be a pre-recorded video that I just posted on my channel. But
Reality television has been popping up lately. Okay, we have the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, we have Sold on Salt Lake City, and The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And they're all competing for who can follow the least amount of Mormon rules whilst still calling themselves Mormon churchgoers. So last year we spoke about The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 1, which I'll leave a link somewhere in the screen here and also in the description box below if you haven't seen it already. But a quick recap, if you will. The show is basically about a group of Mormon moms who have decided to venture into TikTok social media fields to become famous and popular and have some fun and show the audiences that even a Mormon mom with Mormon responsibilities can become a social media influencer. And of course it became super popular because it's about a bunch of white
Yeah, sissy, they're kind of annoying, honestly.
just while still having fun.
My eyelashes are the reason why I stopped wearing sunglasses. And then come to find out that it was like more than just annoying. Sunglasses are bad for you. Sunglasses cause skin cancer because your eyes have a lot to do with how much your body can resist the sun. When you're in the sun and your eyes are sensing the UV, your skin actually, or your body produces more melanin or not. Well, anyway, come to find out, when you wear sunglasses, your eyes don't know that you're in the sun. So you're wearing sunglasses and you're out in the sun all day, you're gonna get sunburnt. If you don't wear sunglasses. Dude, I don't ever get sunburnt anymore. I stopped wearing sunglasses. I moved from Florida too, so there's that. But I don't get sunburnt anymore. And I can be out in the sun all day long. Like, this is a sunburn. Look at how good my shoulder and my arm looks. I literally cannot believe this is my body. Look at how strong I look. That is just so crazy. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of me. I just got to do the rest of my body now. Caught lying about what?
Somehow it got worse. Jesse is married to this guy Jordan who looks like Jeremy Boring.
I don't lie. I'm wrong about things sometimes, but I don't lie. I never willingly don't tell the truth.
Jesus Christ. Denise is married to Brett, her groomer / her father's childhood best friend. Whitney is still married to a gay man. You'll remember that she was pregnant in season 1, and now in season 2, she eventually gives birth and says that it's such a miracle that she could enjoy this baby, this new life with her husband. And I agree, it's a miracle that he gave you that baby. Poor gay man, living a lie, forcing himself to be with a woman. I want to commend her partner. I can't remember his name. All I know is it's that guy with.
Oh my God!
Layla still hasn't had an orgasm, and in fact, she has no idea what arouses her. They have to throw a sex party for her to figure out what she's into, and the conclusion is she's into.
There's literally a spider living in my drawer. Come out.
Asexual, but no one seems to mention that term.
Come out.
So, maybe you don't know it exists. Taylor is in a dysfunctional relationship with a serial cheater that her family absolutely fucking worships. Jen Affleck is still with the biggest man-child of the show, Zach, the visual prototype of misogyny.
Hi, I am really sorry to do this to you.
She has her baby mama brand. She's got a book deal. And Caleb,
I'm very sorry. I truly am. Bless your soul and send you to heaven.
She is standing up for herself. She reveals that she makes more money out of one brand deal than her husband was making the entire year. So now her husband is a stay-at-home dad. Her husband, the one she met when she was a minor. Yeah. And the show is basically like watching teenagers play house. Like they'll be at a park having a chat, and like, who the fuck is looking after the kids? Is it the producers? And there's always someone who's pregnant. Last year it was Taylor. Then it was Whitney. This year it's still Whitney from last year, and then it's Jen. I guess you can't be a love talker unless you keep pushing out babies. And it's a bloodbath this year. They all turn against each other. Like I said, they all praise themselves on.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about you.
Supporting each other, feminism 101. Let's revolutionize the Mormon church.
Yay, my apron.
Submissive servants to our husbands.
I love this apron so much. Me and this apron have been through so much together.
And we'll use it to bash each other. Yeah. The general theme of the season is.
There's my dress.
So that they dress as Mean Girls characters.
Hey, he said dress. I'm in the right time, in the right place.
But he only wears a t-shirt that has a bus on it.
I love this little dress.
It's
gonna go in my rotation immediately.
Who's gay, who does really ridiculous Halloween costumes. One time he went as Tangled headphones. Well, I reached out to him, and it turns out that's not the worst that he's dressed. One time he went as a Skype interview. I'll put a picture here if he manages to find one. But he basically had a mirror next to him. He had like an empty screen where his face would fit, and then people who were talking to him would see themselves in the mirror. And honestly, you can't argue with creativity. You know, it beats wearing a fucking t-shirt with us. But the mean girl behavior is like high school drama. Like, they're invited to a baby shower and they don't want to go because they haven't really made up with last year's villain yet.
Honey, leave that alone.
So instead, they throw an alternative dinner for whoever has refused to go to
That's
the
why.
baby
It
shower.
doesn't go to that dresser. It
And
goes to
they
this
spend
one.
the entirety of that
That
dinner
all
talking
bit.
about the baby
That
shower
all
that they
bit.
decided not to go to. So it's like, you want to be
These
petty,
are
but you're really just
slightly
wasting
different.
time talking about them anyway. So what's the point?
Feet to my room divider.
So grab yourself a drink, perhaps a snack, and I'm going to walk you through the biggest drama of the first half of the season. I will do a part 2 if
I
this
have a
video
boo
gets
boo on my
to,
toe
let's
because
say,
my
2,000
skin is so
likes.
fucking
Okay,
soft.
Here's your challenge. If you want to see part 2 of what happens
I
in the
literally
season, this video has to
have 0 calluses on my feet. I have to redevelop calluses, but in the meantime,
40K.
my feet are so sensitive.
That's the baseline. Cool. Now that we're settled, let's get into The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Season 2. Hi, by the way, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Eric, if you didn't know, and if you didn't know, hi, welcome back. So, there are 2 main focuses of this season. One of them is Taylor, the main character, the originator of Mom Talk, and Jen Affleck. Remember, she says that she's cousins with Ben Affleck, but turns out that's a lie and a big plot point of this season. She may have an issue with telling the truth is what I mean. But first up, Taylor. As you'll remember from last season, Taylor had a child with Dakota. Dakota is her dysfunctional serial cheater of a boyfriend who keeps cheating on her and telling her that he didn't. Last season, Taylor was trying to find out whether Dakota had cheated on her or not when they had a short separation, and it brings back the conversation of friends. You know, when Ross said we were on a break, and Rachel said no, we weren't, and in this case, they were on a break, but he also lied about it. So she has a conversation with this woman, and it turns out Dakota was sleeping with Taylor whilst also cuddling and sleeping with this other woman. They never had sex, and they make it a point in this series that whenever there's talk about like physical involvement, they always clarify whether they've had sexual intercourse or not, because I guess it's such a big deal in the Mormon church to have premarital sex. You know, it's a big sin. They're all doing it, but they're all lying that they're not doing it just to maintain themselves as like good Mormons, and I think that's lying to God. I don't like people that follow religion and then just come up with ways to override the rules and practices they're supposed to follow to be part of
I wish
that
I
religion.
had one of those like cameras that turned
Do them as they were meant to be done, so
to like
religion
follow me around. Like I should put a camera on my
so Taylor
cat.
finds out that Dakota was hooking up with both of them at the same time, and that sends her down a spiral because now they have a newborn, and her family is
I
very
put a camera on my cat,
Dakota,
then
because her mom was his real estate agent. So it all
just get
brings
followed
me to
around.
this one gathering of Taylor's family.
I love you too,
This
Mama.
is Taylor's family. Her
I
mom,
love you
her
too, Mama.
stepdad, her brother, her sister, and a bunch of other family members. They invite Dakota because Dakota is the father of the child, who's called Ever. And at this point, Taylor and Dakota are not together. They're just co-parenting. So then the meal turns into Taylor's family turning against Taylor for not
Does
giving
go here.
Dakota
What are you
a
doing,
fair
silly
shot.
Mama?
Now,
Ow.
let's recap just to
What are you
be
doing, silly
clear,
Mama?
right? Taylor and Dakota were dating.
What are
She
you
got
doing,
pregnant.
silly
He
Mama?
cheated on her. She broke up with him. They were apart for a few months. During those months, they kept seeing each other because she was pregnant, and he was
She's
trying
out,
to win
bitch.
her back. And while he was doing that, he was also hooking up with other people. Then they got back together, and Taylor asked him, "Did you hook up with anyone
Ow,
while we were
bitch.
separated?" And he said, "No, absolutely not."
Meow, bitch.
And she would eventually reveal that no, in fact, he did.
Yeah,
cheat on her
bitch.
while
Yeah.
he hooked up with someone while they were separated.
Yeah, yeah,
And he
bitch.
continuously lied about it. So he cheats on her. She breaks up with him. He continues
Okay,
to cheat on her. Then he lies about cheating on her. And now she's broken up with him. And her family says
A bit more.
she's not trying hard enough to forgive this man. I don't know what they want her to do. You know, this is like the 4th chance he had to prove that he won't cheat, and then he keeps on cheating. But I think the most outlandish thing to happen during the conversation, Taylor loses it, and she's like, okay, so this man can come home me, then leave my house, go to another woman's house, then come back to mine again, lie to me about going to this woman's house, and I have to suddenly forgive him. And her stepdad looks her dead in the eye and goes, well, Dakota told us that you only hung out like 3 times, and you're telling us that you were having sex. So what does that say about you?
What does that say about you? I'm not pointing fingers. You guys.
That's what I'm saying. I was trash.
I know.
And I'm just glad they did this straight away.
I mean,
in
hangers,
episode
gosh
2.
darn it.
This is for all the aspiring Mormon girlies out there and trad wives. This is what awaits you. This is probably one of the softest versions of misogyny in the Mormon church. I'm assuming. I'm not a Mormon, but from what we've seen, this is like easy breezy. You know, it's just your family telling you to forgive your cheater husband because you have a kid together. You know, and they make it a point to be like, well, now you have a goddamn baby together, so you gotta work on it. And it reminds me a lot of growing up super Catholic. My family is super Catholic. It's kind of gross. And there's a pressure to be married when you have kids. So when my mom got pregnant with my brother, she wasn't married to my dad, but the family pressure was so much that they got married just to raise the child together and then had me as an accident. But all of this to say, if y'all don't love each other, don't force the relationship for your kids because it never ends well. It backfires tremendously. Always on the parents. Never do it. Just separate, co-parent, give them 2 houses, 2 sets of toys, 2 sets of gifts. Do that. Maybe slap a condom on it next time, or take some birth control, or co-parent. Do that. And if her stepdad being a misogynistic wife wasn't enough, then her brother is like, well, you're not even giving him an inch so he can walk a mile.
Give an inch so you can walk a mile.
My guy, he cheats on her every time they're together. It's like his dick exists outside of his body. And there's actually a really good solution for this. Open relationship. Fuck monogamy. Who cares? But these are Mormons. These are religious people we're talking about, right? So Taylor has to be the bigger person and forgive cheating. And he can just work on himself because he's walked into this relationship with a lot of trauma and a lot of hurt that he's not taking into consideration.
You're forgetting that I'm coming from a very broken place too. That matters. You can't just disregard the shit that I just went through.
And I just want to remind y'all, this is the man that cheats on her every single time, now saying that he's dealing with too much and he deserves some understanding. Dude, understanding for what? You want understanding to cheat on the woman you say you love more than anyone else in the entire world? And then Taylor goes into detail
Yay! Oh
on
my
the
God!
things that
Thank
he
you,
lied
Jesus!
about,
There's
and in
not.
front of her
There's
entire
none in there.
family.
No!
She starts shouting at her, saying that this is the biggest lie he's ever seen. The man who's actively lied about every sexual encounter he's had in the last 5 years is now saying that this recount of the events that have happened that he's confirmed is the biggest
Well,
lie.
where's the other one?
These people are not real. Okay, they were dropped here as a social experiment. Someone made them laugh and in front of them and just said act, and they did. And this
What?
the piling on Taylor
The
got so
Hefferton.
bad that I genuinely had to go back in the footage and to just reconfirm that these people here attacking her are in fact her family members and not his family members, because it very much felt like the groom's family trying to blame the bride for their son's mistakes, but instead it was her grandparents, which honestly should not be surprising because there's a lot of misogyny in the Mormon church, right? Women are expected to give it their all and forgive everything and anything, and men are expected to just try their best, kind of, sort of, whatever. You know, you don't have to be perfect. You can cheat. You can groom underage girls into being your future wives. It don't matter as long as you keep trying your best. And at the end, as
Are you helping me? Thank you.
They say a prayer. Because what
Thank you.
can
Here.
fix family
You wanna
drama
chase
better
this around a little?
than a little prayer after everyone shouts?
Oh, what is that?
No good reason. Good.
Oh,
But the Taylor
come get it.
started off way earlier at the beginning. of
See, you
the
used to be too
fall.
good for this stuff.
Character this season.
Too much of a sophisticated,
She is
tough
the
guy.
mom talker.
But
She
now
is
look at
so
you.
sweet. And
So desperate for something to chase.
so
You're
Taylor
chasing
and her
string
ex-partner were
like a
with
freaking
Monica and
common
Alex
house
in the
cat.
chase. Chase
Just
fell in
look
love
at
with
you.
Taylor, and Taylor had a sex
Just
dream with Chase.
look
When
at
she
you.
told him about the sex dream, he told her that he was in love with
You
her.
should be
So she kind of
ashamed
broke
of
things
yourself.
off and then told the entire world that she
You
was
used
sleeping
to
around with
hunt
people, and was surprised
grouse
when Miranda and Chase and her
and
ex-husband
kangaroo
were
rats.
too happy to give their faces to the movement.
You
Miranda
ate
was
mice
also
by the
young,
dozen.
she took a step back from
Voles,
talk, after
moles,
having her best
squirrels,
friend reveal to the
chipmunks,
world that she was
lizards,
kissing
snakes.
girls and hooking up with her husband,
And look
with
at
another
you,
husband in the room.
literally
Now, they never had
all
sex with each other's
a
partners,
Twitter
but from the
over
what
some
Taylor
ribbon.
has told us, they had sex with each of their husbands
Never
respectively
in
the
my
same
life.
room, on the same bed.
She has never
They would
done
shower
this.
together. They would blindfold each other, the women, and then they would have to try and guess whose husband was kissing them. And they were making out with each other.
I got a big one on there.
And this
Looks
is
like a rainbow trout.
could ever feel about anything that she's ever done in her life. She's like, this really, like, I'm so embarrassed to admit that I was, playing spin the bottle with a bunch of other grown-ups.
Maybe an alligator gar.
It just makes me laugh because send these women to a dark room in a gay club and they will be traumatized for life. Out of each of them, like my experience is so proving what it is.
It got away. It got away. It got away. It got away.
Juicy details to come up. But
Oh, you've got it
it
now.
was just a couple of kisses. Lesbians, which is not even a problem because no one is even pointing their fingers at them like, oh, dirty lesbians. Because, being a Mormon in modern times is to be okay with other people doing that shit, as long as it doesn't enter our community. But these ladies aren't even practicing Mormons in the first place, so who gives a... Anyway, there's this Halloween party, and Chase, Miranda's ex-husband, is invited, and he ends up talking to Dakota. I guess there's a lot of bad...
Hello there. Not me.
Is in the middle, and...
Oh, she tried to jump.
Dakota,
Come on,
like,
come get
1
it.
minute,
Oh, she got it. Damn it. I was gonna try to make her jump.
with Chase,
Hey, don't attack me,
1
bitch.
minute to turn to Taylor and be like, hey, this man is giving
Okay,
us
come and get it.
facts that
Woo,
you
jump up. Come on.
you must be
Come and get it.
fucking 1 minute.
Woo!
Turned on the
Come and get it.
that he loves more than anything.
Come
And it is just like a long argument of Taylor and Chase going back to back like, oh, you had a sex dream about me. Well, you were in love with me. Well, I never said that. Oh, yeah, what did you say? Oh, I'm not going to say. Oh, so you're not going to admit what you said? And it's just a back and forth. And all of this.
Come on, jump up.
Like, what is happening? Everyone.
Come on, jump, get it.
Just in a state of shock watching this argument happen. Eventually, though, Taylor and Dakota do have a conversation. And
She's acting like she
Taylor
don't want
breaks
it.
up with him.
Oh, you just want me to hand it to you on a silver platter?
Great.
Is that what you want?
Haha,
You. Oh, you got me. You tricked me. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
Absolutely not good together.
You got me.
But I found it funny that
Oh,
Taylor,
you're
after
so
the whole
vicious.
gathering of Taylor's family turning
She's
against
so
her,
vicious.
she was like, well, I'm still
She's
not
so
saying
vicious.
my family,
Oh, did you
but,
hurt yourself?
They aren't helping me a lot
She's
with
so
it,
vicious.
whatever. Yeah.
She's so
Who
vicious.
cares if your whole fucking family hates you and wants you to be with a serial cheater that treats you like shit? At least they
She's
do
so
you did.
vicious.
Then there's Jen. Jen Affleck, she was the big focus of the second half of last season. I don't know if you remember, but she's with
Ooh, it got you.
misogyny. She was blonde
It
guy.
got
He was going to medical school at the end of
What
season
you
1, and he was super
gonna
against his wife
do?
being involved
Come and
because
get
they went to
it
this
right
Chicken
now.
Noodle show in Las
It's getting
Vegas.
too close to me
And
for
he was very
comfort.
jealous. So jealous, in fact, that he texted her a bunch of hideous messages such as, "You're disgusting. I don't love you anymore. I don't want to be together. I
Where
don't
is
know
it?
who you are." This is gross. He also dragged
shit, the
every
dog
single
spotted
woman
me.
in mom talk in those conversations. He is the example.
Dog's like, you're playing up there?
He just hates women.
Sorry, Orly, no. We're not playing anymore. I'm working hard.
When women can choose what they do, he hates when his wife doesn't say, "Yes, Daddy," to every sentence he utters. So at the end of season 1, Jen left Mom Talk to follow her husband to New York. Never do this, ladies. Never follow your deadbeat husband who gambled all of his
Hey,
money
Nadia.
away. Gambling is a crime, by the way, or a sin against the Mormon church. So he's a hypocrite. He was giving his wife shit for attending a strip show with her friends and doing nothing there. And yet he was spending the entire night gambling away all of their money in a casino one, the entire world basically told Jen, leave Zach. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't deserve you. And so she did. Eventually, he got accepted into Arizona University, so the plan was no longer to go to New York, but to Arizona. But they got there, and she was still not happy, so she decided to go back to Utah, Salt Lake City, wherever they live, and rejoin Mom Talk and take a break from Zach. And all of this happened between seasons, because season 2 starts, and he's already trying to win her back. Part of him winning her back is to make amends with Jen's besties, Jesse and Demi. So they have a conversation, and again, it takes them about a minute or two to suddenly turn against Jen. Because Jesse and Demi are like, hey, we're just sticking up to our friend who keeps telling us that you're a narcissist and that you treat her like shit. And he's like, well, it's kind of bad that she keeps saying those things about me, because I never tell my friends about how much of a she is. And then they just join forces because they come to the conclusion that
These belts are
the
so cool.
is Jen,
You
and
like,
she must be lying to everyone. She must be exaggerating the details to gain sympathy from both her husband and her best friends. And
really separate them without tangling them too badly.
I think one of the lies they caught Jen in is that she told everyone that Zach gambled all of his money from
tie them
away. And turns out that was not true. Apparently he did not gamble the money from
in all kinds of cool ways.
So that's just a
and you can make
petty little
like your belt into any way, and you can also do it just like upside down from this and
so part of proving that Zach has changed,
make it just like a regular tied belt, like for a long dress that you need to just distinguish it's a fucking feminine clothing. And now you just have this like belt thing, or like this. Love this thing, it's so cool.
So at the same party, Brett and Jordan, Brett.
Oh, cool, park the bus. Thank you. I know, I don't want to make him jealous, so I have to stop playing with her. And because of the way they're made, you can also take like 2 of these and tie them around your neck, and then 2 of these and tie them elsewhere, and make it some kind of like, you could wear a tube top and then make the tube top look like a cool shirt with like intricate stuff.
But then this causes a lot of drama because Jen says that she had no idea that they were going to do that to her. And this plays into a different altercation that happens that same night. We'll get to that in a second. So Jen says that she had no idea this was against her consent and it was really disrespectful to do that in front of her husband. Whereas Jesse and Demi are like, no, we have video footage of us telling you what we're going to do and you saying that you love the idea and that you're all for it.
She's gonna come in like normal costume. They're put off until they check it in. I love that.
So now it's like Jen is just against it because it made her husband a little uncomfy. And her husband's like,
no way, it's the plug to the tub. Thank you, Jesus.
And instead of saying, oh, well, I knew that, and that was the whole fucking point, and the fact that you're reacting like this shows that you haven't gotten over it, instead she goes, yeah, I didn't like it either. They didn't tell me what they were going to do.
Can I help you,
It's
ma'am?
just really bad. And this causes a whole new argument.
Is that the foot to my... No.
Because now Jesse
Can I help you,
and Demi
ma'am?
are
Excuse me, thank you.
Oh, high school drama for your pleasure. But I want to go back and talk about the performance because Brett and Jordan, these men have zero rhythm.
Y'all saw that? She fucking tripped me because I made her get out of the drawer.
It was cringy. It was uncomfortable. I don't want to see a 50-year-old man who's been grooming a teenager just rub up on another 25-year-old woman. No. Ew. But also at this party, something interesting happens that I think is going to play into a lot of what happens for the rest of the season. There's a confrontation, right? So Demi is antagonizing Chase, telling him to go find his girlfriend because she's very upset, since Chase was just in a massive argument with Taylor. And Chase, out of pettiness, goes, where's your husband? And lightly taps her on the arm or the shoulder.
Heather Jane.
He lightly taps her. And she goes bananas. She walks up to her husband, the old dude, and is like, Chase put his hands on me. And Brett sees red. He runs out chasing after Chase. That was funny. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? You putting your hands on my wife? And he's like, no, I didn't. I genuinely just tapped her and asked her where you were. And then he's forced to apologize to Denis. He apologizes, and all of a sudden, Jeremy Boring is jumping up like a chihuahua, wanting to assert himself. Like, whoa,
Take ownership! Take ownership right now!
who put two pence in this little dude? And I find it interesting that Denis and Jessie, specifically these two ladies, are the ones
What are you
that are
doing?
actively trying to modernize the Mormon church, right? Everyone is just kind of like, yeah, I'm
What
part
are
of the
you
church,
doing?
or I'm not part of the church. But these two are like, we want to change things. We want to show that Mormons can be modern, and we can have
You
a
really need to get to
presence,
work, Heather.
and we can be
Fucking around too
feminists.
much.
And then
Ooh, I
he
found my neck
immediately uses
massager.
her husband as a weapon to cause violence against another dude who didn't do anything to her, right? Like, he lightly tapped her. He was being petty. But so was she. And then they're like, you never touch a woman. That is so fucking
This thing got me.
He barely
This video got a couple million, like 5 million views, I think, or something on TikTok. This is the TikTok shop thing that just like is like evergreen, and I make at least like $20, I think, a month still. So it's been 2 years, and the TikTok video is still getting views and still making sales from this massager, because it really truly is it feels so good.
But I think this is gonna come back in the second half. So you know what? Get this video to 2,000 likes, and I'll cover the rest. Just saying. The Jen and Zach situation, though, gets slightly worse because after all of this fighting and all of this arguing, she's not really sure if she wants to continue this relationship, and I don't blame her because her husband's a... And that's when she discovers that she's pregnant. It's not a good pregnancy. I know we're Mormons, and I know we celebrate every life that we bring into this planet, but
Perfect
her first
shot.
reaction
No
is to
way.
start sobbing
Perfect
uncontrollably
shot. It
because
didn't
she's
go all
so
the way down. I
fucking
don't want the
happy,
dog
and
to
she
touch
doesn't
it.
want to bring a child into this really toxic environment that she's sharing with her husband. And I was gonna laugh. This is why you should pass tests to prove that you're fit to be a parent. But also the fact that she was sleeping with Zach after all of that, unprotected, man. Also, remember when she said that she was cousins with Ben Affleck? Well, that's a big thing this year, because turns out she's not. And turns out Zach has told her several times over the course of several months that she should stop saying that in podcasts and interviews because it is absolutely not true. And her response is, well, you're a family.
I love it. My bouvier is in my bedroom for the first time in 6 years.
So that's what I've been saying to people. I think it's funny. I think someone said as a joke, oh yeah, we're cousins with Ben Affleck, haha. And she just ran with it everywhere. She just fucking ran with it. And there was even people on TikTok that went back in like the family history, and they realized that she was in fact not related to Ben Affleck. So it's not news when her husband Zach is telling her we're not related to him. She knows that. Everyone knows
Oh my
that.
god, both pieces of equipment fit under my bed so
But
perfect.
she just maintains that she was told it that one time 6 years ago, and that's not her fault. You know, it's not her fault that people jokingly lie to her. And I you know, it's a choice. And then there's one part where the dad try and give dad talk a go, and they film TikToks, and I just know that as soon as the cameras cut out, it was sweaty, stinking orgy in there, rising up like a melting wax doll, bukkake all around. It must have been. It wasn't, it must have. It's all alleged. It's my imagination. I think that they did that because look at them. And that's it for the first half of
Ooh, oh my god, I could put my plants and my candles on this in the living room on the table.
Trying to reform her villainous self and become a calming Brit in the presence of the group. That's not going well. And to come in the rest of the season, there has been an anonymous submission to Macy's Confession Tuesdays or something. You know when she like allows viewers to submit their confessions? So someone said that they slept with Brett when Denis was away last year. So what will happen in the second half of the season? I don't know. Haven't watched it yet. But let me know in the comments down below. Let me know in the like ratio if you want to see part 2, and I will bring it to you. And until then, if you like this video, make sure to leave it a like down below, subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, or do you watch it vicariously through content creators such as myself? Because I wouldn't blame you. I honestly almost skipped this season until I got to the gathering of Taylor's family. And then I realized, whoa, fucking hell. This is so much worse than last season. We gotta talk about it. So yeah, again, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, stay safe. stay sane, stay stupid, and stay stuttering. Bye, guys.
This Bratz movie is a literal fever dream and has haunted me for the past 15 years. More at 5. Bratz is one of the most iconic doll franchises of the early 2000s.
That's pretty bold. Passion for fashion. Makeup, smoothie shaker,
And it wasn't only dolls.
Bratz plugged in. Your life, your style.
There was makeup, clothes, a TV show, video games, and Bratz rock angle. And of course, there were the Bratz films. And I say films with intention because the Bratz films were cinema. I just remember mindlessly consuming Bratz movies. Honestly, I really don't remember the plot to most of the Bratz movies. Were they good? Yes. Were they memorable? No. All except for one. That movie was Bratz Super Babies. So I do think about this movie once a month, but it's more like a passing thought. Like anytime I see a potato, now I know that sounds very quirky, random girl energy, but it's not quirky, random girl energy. You will understand where I'm coming from there. Now, what better place to find things that I've dug so deep into my subconscious than my TikTok For You page? Because that's where I found this movie again in my life. It had about 200 likes when I saw it, so there's really no reason. However, I did really deeply think about how insane this movie is. The first thing I did after I saw this clip was think, oh my god, this was as weird as I remember and scary. 2, I need to watch it again. I don't know if this would have been exposure therapy at this point, but I could not find it. I checked all the major streaming services, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu. I gave up there because I have subscriptions to no other streaming services. However, I checked all reliable YouTube. And our favorite person, Augustin 2007, uploaded the entire movie just 3 months ago. So this movie starts off with this really long scene of space. And maybe you're thinking what I was thinking when I first watched it again. Isn't this about babies who are superheroes? Yes, you are correct. It doesn't matter because we're playing this absolutely incredible little melody. And it's almost hypnotizing that it kind of makes you forget, why are you in space right now? Who are you? Finally, we get to Earth. Okay, that's where we're gonna be. That's just where the plot of the movie is. Here we go. We're getting to it. We have this absolutely insane transition from this.
Now I can make anything I want.
To
Mold
a little
anything I
baby.
want. Doesn't mold? It's mold putty, whatever. Hopefully it isn't all dried out.
Yes, that
Probably
it
it
was
is.
really weird. I'm so glad you said that because when I first watched it, I felt viscerally uncomfortable by it for some reason. I don't know if it's just because she's silently dancing and jumping on the couch, or if it's because it's for a microsecond that if you simply blink, you may miss it. So this commercial is for the amusement park that the girls are going to the next day, Adventure Universe. Very good and creative name. I love it. And the girls are also talking about their favorite superheroes who are really just so irrelevant to the plot, and they're kind of lame.
Johnny Speedometer.
Yay! Johnny Speedometer, my thing!
Mr. Stretch-tastic.
Woohoo!
Yay, my binoculars.
Now, when
And I
you
can
say
put these in my boots.
this movement scared the living shit out of me. I mean that. I mean it with all my heart, and I've always said that. And you made me thinking, whoa, that movement was very scary and cursed, and it will be a little bit hard to forget about that. I did forget to mention something to you, and this is the first ever Bratz Babies computer-generated animated Bratz Babies. When I was researching, it said that, and it's like, this is the first Bratz Babies that is CGI. I don't know if this is the first Bratz movies that's CGI. I'm not gonna make any claims to that. I'm gonna say it's clearly there was still some experimentation happening. I think think the fact that this is the first Bratz babies that is CGI is what makes this
I'm gonna put on my
movie so
earrings. I'm gonna
special
start
to
wearing them
me.
again, I think.
And to a lot of people.
Find me a church.
I've discovered them and that means they're meant to be put on.
Find me a church.
And then the queen herself, Gran, comes in. Now, I do love Gran with every fiber of my being. I just love the way she is so herself. So Gran is telling the girls they need to go to bed. They gotta go to bed early, like really early. It's still sunny out. What are you guys, babies? But they do have to go to bed early because they're going to Adventure Universe the next day, and they have to get their rest in. But the girls don't want to go to bed. They want to go to Adventure Universe right now. And they can't even sleep. They're so excited.
Don't you want to rest up for your big day tomorrow? Rest
I'll
up?
end up
We want
losing one at
to
work
Do you
in the
remember
middle of
when
a
you were
field
kid,
somewhere.
Like, so excited for Christmas or a vacation or a holiday or something, and you were just so excited to live.
Good job, Heather.
And now you
I took a
sleep
bunch of that
lot.
really yummy
You take
candle
multiple
wax and
naps a
saved
day.
it.
Anyway, Gran is kind of blind.
Now, Chloe. It's me, Grand Jade.
She does have 3 pairs of glasses, which helps, but she kind of mixes them up, and also she still can't really see that well. So she mixes the girls up a lot.
Here's my
And that's a
scissors.
plot point that is important for the future. So finally, Gran convinces the girls to go to bed, and they go to sleep in their spandex and boots. Jesus? Why? And this weird beam of light happens at night. We can only assume it could have something to do with space from that long intro of space. Okay, it's the big day, Adventure Universe time, baby, and we are stoked. Stoked. I've literally never said that in my life. I've never used that. I don't know who I'm trying to be for you. So the babies went into their idol superheroes who are relevant, and I just realized that the babies are dressed as their idol superheroes. I just thought they were wearing the spandex suits for funsies. Anyway, the girls are enjoying the park. They're having a good time. They're sleighing on the rides. Everyone's having a really good time, except for Chloe, who kind of ruins the mood and kills the vibe a little bit.
Chloe, are you okay? Oh, she's so loud even my earlobes hurt.
The room is just awesome. And Yasmin decides, I don't want to be here right now. I'm going to go to the gift shop. I'll see you losers later. She heads up to the gift shop, and then they notice, oh my gosh, Yasmin's gone. Where is she? She's probably in the gift shop. She's just like me. I love gift shop. And then we notice this little creature following Yasmin, and Yasmin says this. Is that Yasmin? Just where she's trying her best. Okay, I'm just going to play this scene now, and we'll unpack it later, because maybe it'll plant the scene in your system. Well, maybe.
Boys. Fell for it backwards.
Hey, you gotta pay for that! What? Who do you think you are? I am the store manager. How'd you get off the shelf? Return it, please.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, this creature. The fact that he waved was kind of wholesome, and I was like, okay, maybe I do like this character. Maybe he's a villain who has a lot of depth. And then he spoke.
Return it, please.
And my brain hurt a little bit after that, and I needed to take a water break. Also, I want to know why they designed the device to look like that. They couldn't have made the device look a little bit more family friendly? Am I crazy? Do I have a dirty little mind? I'm not kidding. Stop laughing, guys. This is serious. So that was something I took into account. I will say one positive of the scene is the employee. He's doing his job. He's working retail. He's doing his best. He's able to communicate pretty well with the small creature. So after these insane interactions in the gift shop, this little fellow runs very fast.
That's funny, it sang opera the same time I did.
His name is Tuber, and he is actually an alien that looked like a potato and turned himself into something that resembles a baby, because the aliens have seen that babies are treated like royalty on Earth, and they want to be treated like royalty too. They want to be taken care of. Tuber's back on the ship, and he actually didn't bring the matter.
Back by popular demand, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Part 2.
I think Jen is fake.
And you guys all just shit on each other.
Let's just take the bitch level down a notch.
A TV show that has a name that makes no sense because the wives aren't secret and the Mormon wives aren't really that Mormon and some of them aren't even wives in the first place. They are all moms, so it fits with the name Mom Talk. But the show itself, which is, by the way, Emmy nominated, can you all believe that it has been nominated for an Emmy? I don't know who they're sucking off, but you know what? You give a bunch of 20-something-year-olds a reality TV show. The season was a dumpster fire, and most of the drama had little to nothing to do with the Mormon church. I think they used Mormon as like a tagline to get attention, to get people interested, but they dropped the concept straight away. It must be a PR nightmare for Mormon people, the actual Mormon church, but for us, I don't know. I don't see them being Mormon at all. I did find some new things about the Mormon church completely against my will, such as the kids are sealed to the father, like in the eyes of God, and wives are sealed to their husbands. So the children are only sealed to their moms as long as the mom and the father remain married.
Birdfoot.
And if they get divorced, the children stay sealed to the father and become unsealed from the mother. So like in the afterlife, they wouldn't be together. Okay. In fact, the men can have multiple families and it's all Gucci, but women have to be servants.
How pretty is that little
And like
baby?
probably most religions around the world, Mormons love to find shortcuts so they can call themselves Mormon whilst not practicing Mormon.
I'm not really like fascinated by dead stuff. This is a gift and it is really fragile and I cherish it because of the gift.
Coffee enemas, and once again, I think I've said this before in the past video, but don't do coffee enemas. My God, your intestines don't.
This is my most prized possession right here. Right here. This was my great grandmother's. Her cheese grater. It was hanging in my grandma's kitchen my entire life.
Know that we have to save it. There's plenty of stuff that you can put up your butt safely, you know, with lots of lube, but not coffee.
It's crazy. You can like feel
Just no. Leave
the
that
age of it,
perfections.
the connection to the family. It makes me feel so good. I love it.
Church, but who's counting? Also, premarital sex isn't allowed yet. They have it in the States. They have sex after marriage, before marriage. They have sex in the
Elliot.
against the church. And apparently, all they have to do is give it a health thing, and suddenly, whatever the church forbids is suddenly okay. Like, for example, they're all obsessed with ketamine therapy. So when the gays do it, it's chemsex, nasty, and we should shun them. But when it's the Mormon girlies, it's suddenly therapy. Do you know what? Respect. They hustled God so they could do drugs, sanctioned by the government, allowed by law. Hustlers. The hustle of the Mormons never stops. And then there's Mormon hacks. I love Mormon hacks. One of them is called docking, which is when you put the penis inside and then you just leave it there. Although other people have said that you can slide it up and down, which to me just sounds like intercourse. So I don't understand the conflict. It's when they escape to Vegas and then get married just so they can have sex and then get an annulment. You know, preserving the sanctity of marriage. No one else could. And durfing, which is dry humping.
My old stickers.
I didn't realize that it had a name. I thought we just called it dry humping. But yeah, they have a name for it. It's called durfing. Honestly,
This is from my original dreadlock business. Those are my stickers.
My experience, really get to know what's going on behind the scenes. How many of these husbands are actually secretly gay? How many of these wives are actually secretly hooking up with men outside of the church? So if there's anyone out there who would like to sponsor this sort of investigation report, I'm open to offers. My DMs are open. Hit me up. But let me know how we can arrange it. I want to know what goes on behind closed doors in Salt Lake City. They also had a reunion this season, which promised to be super bombastic and full of drama, yet all we got was a nasty gay who seemingly is emulating Andy Cohen. I didn't realize Andy Cohen had mini hymns spreading around in other reality TV shows, but we found our first one.
Also, guys, please don't forget to actually hold down on the screen, and then when the little thingy pops up, click like. So you're actually liking the live stream. So when the video gets posted to YouTube, it'll already come out with, you know, 155 likes, which means that YouTube will help push it into the algorithm and then people will just watch it later. Mostly I just want the people who already subscribe to me to see my videos, so I'm not trying to go viral. So I do not want to be an influencer. I do not want to go viral.
So maybe pipe down, sit back, and shut up. And before we get into the actual breakdown, a big shout out to Layla. Layla has finally achieved the big O, the orgasm. Unfortunately, she had to do it on her own with a vibrator, which I fully support. I think it's super healthy. Play with your bodies, explore your sexualities, discover what feels right and what doesn't feel right, like Layla did. It took her a while, but eventually she got there, and I couldn't be happier for her. Layla, you better get a collection of vibrators so you can like alternate and discover different modes and yeah, go for it. Go bananas.
Yay!
So yeah,
Oh my
good luck
God.
for the rest of the season.
Now I
Get
can
yourself a
put
drink,
like
a
plants
snack, sit
here.
back, relax, or keep doing your chores as I yap about what's happened the rest of the season. I can't believe this has been Emmy nominated, guys. It feels like a fever dream, which I suppose is not that
Come on,
surprising.
dude.
You know, conservatism is on the
Are
rise.
you so for real right now? Cut that shit out.
To marry her boyfriend, convert to Mormonism, and then join the cast. She already has the followers on TikTok. She'd be a great
Aw, you
asset
bitch.
to Mom Talk. She's also around the age, you know, they're all like 23 to 30. She's on the
I had a chicken, and it was one of those cyan. I can't remember the name of it, but my chicken, his skin was black, his mouth was black, every part of him was black, and this was one of his tail feathers from when he got dead.
But last week I posted a video breaking down the first half of the season, so go check that out before you rejoin us for the rest of season 2. Okay, good. First up, Jen. As we remember, Jen was struggling with her relationship with Zach and with her friendships with Jesse and me, and eventually she stopped filming because she was dealing with prenatal depression. She was actually going through it very severely. She was having suicidal ideations, which are very serious, and she decided to take a step back from the show to protect her mental health and also physical health, especially being pregnant in the first trimester. So she leaves the show, but she only tells Whitney. She doesn't want it to become like public knowledge.
Does anybody want to buy some brand new Heelys that have literally only been worn like twice and not even actually used really? Just like they are size 1 youth in the USA size, and they're size 13 UK. But I have the wheels, the shoes, and then the bottom part of the shoe, and then it even comes with this tool so that you can take the wheels off. You like slide it in here somehow, and then it pulls the wheel out, and then you take this and you cover it up. Or wait, no, I think you flip the wheel inside out. Hold on. No, you don't. You take the wheel out. And then you have a regular shoe. Elliot literally, oh yeah, and this thing actually opens that. So then you don't have to hurt your fingers. Money, what in the fuck? She's literally climbing in all the drawers. So if anyone wants a pair of Heelys, please let me know, or message me on Instagram, the same name as here, and I will ship these to you. I don't know. We'll just look online and see about what is a fair price for it. I'll clean them up. What a used pair of Heelys is, maybe 20 or 30 bucks. 20 bucks. Hi girl, can you get out of there? I'm actually going to be moving that very shortly. There's a good likelihood you're going to tip the whole thing over when you jump.
Whatever arguments or whatever conflicts that we were having, we should just let her heal and become better, and then once, you know, once she's back to herself, we can talk further if needed. But
good job.
He's like, no.
You jumped to the
this
okay.
Is not how you get out of this. You're just using this as an excuse.
Interesting
because you're a
choice.
terrible person, and now you don't want to face the people that you've hurt or that you've lied to. And Demi just needs a slap. But Jen at the reunion is thriving. She is hella pregnant, and she is still with Zach. I think they're doing 9 hours of therapy a week. They've been doing 9 hours of therapy a week for months on end. I'm sorry, but at that point, maybe you're just not meant to be together. If your relationship requires 9 hours of therapy just to stay afloat, then maybe it's time to call it quits, guys.
That's where they will live for the next and look, I have all these seeds for, I don't know if anyone remembers way back when I used to live in on my school bus off grid out on my own land for years, but there are these flowers that grew and it looks like mullein, and it looks like mullein, like identical to mullein, except for when it blooms. When it blooms, it is this incredibly vibrant magenta, pinky, purple flower. And it's so incredibly pretty. And so I harvested a whole bunch of the seeds and I've been just hanging on to them, waiting for the right time. So I might plant some of those.
She's already got like 3
Which one does
kids.
this go
She's
to?
the one that met her husband when she was 17, which is creepy. But she's pregnant again. It's all natural, the God intended way. I feel so bad for Michaela's, like ladies out there that have had 4 or 5.
Sorry, buddy, mom's working.
How do you not think, okay, enough? And on the topic of pregnancy, during one of their trips, I think to New Orleans, they decided to do a pregnancy test poll. Basically, all of the ladies are equally
There's a hook
in a
somewhere. I
pregnancy
can just hang this up
test.
and just forget about it for a bit.
And then see how many positives there are in the mix. Now, we as the audience find out that there's 2 in the mix.
There's one over my bed, but
The girls, as
it's
they're
not
doing
gonna
it,
fit.
have no idea who's pregnant and who's not. And Denise, who has a habit of making everything about herself and her success and her desire for success and the fact that she's a fan favorite, has a little bit of a breakdown because Denise has been struggling to have babies with the crypt keeper, her husband Brett, because his sperm is basically dead, because he's nearing 50 and he's already got a bunch of kids. I think it's enough that no. Denise also has kids. So it's not like they're missing out on the experience of being parents. They already have children to take care of, but Denise's child really wants a sibling and she really wants to give that to them. And I'm thinking, okay, his sperm is bad. Denise also struggling with endometriosis. They've already done a lot of healing therapy, which is when they just hug each other tightly and look into each other.
I know, bud. I know.
Say affirmations of love, and that somehow is going to change their biology and their physiological conditions and make them more apt.
I want to get one of those
And
like
considering surgery,
benches for the foot of my bed that is like holds blankets or whatever, and is also a
her
seat.
child a sibling, because if it was, you wouldn't care where that child comes from, right? It sounds more like they want to marry the genes of Denise and Brett. I don't know. I reckon they get home and they just stare at themselves in the mirror, like admiring their bodies and thinking, damn, our kids would be so pretty. So pretty. So she's struggling to get pregnant, and when she sees 2 positives in her, she has a little breakdown because one may or may not be her son. But she makes it all about herself and then basically tries and forces whoever's pregnant to come clean and say it's me so that she can have some peace of mind instead of like peeing on another stick and seeing if it's her or not. No, but then Macy and Michaela don't, because now they feel ashamed almost. It's like they're not allowed to be pregnant because Denise is sobbing in the corner because she's not. It's the kind of friend that you want around you. Yeah. And then we have Denise versus everyone. Now, I'm going to admit something. I've only now realized that it's pronounced Denise and not Denny, because it's short for Demetria. I didn't know. Denise versus everyone starts with a truth box. A truth box is when everyone writes down anonymously a secret or something they want to ask the group or ask a specific person, and then they put it all in a box and mix it all up and then read it out loud so they can ask each other uncomfortable questions without the uncomfortability of owning up to wanting to know the answer to those questions. It smells like cowards, but yeah, let's do it. There's a mention of the cheating allegation that someone left in the Confession Tuesdays of Macy's Instagram. Someone said they slept with Brett a year before. Brett, the crypt keeper. And Denise very nonchalantly dismisses it as just gossip and nasty rumors, and she spends pretty much 24/7 with her husband. He hasn't done it. And I will say, this is how you should react if you're in a healthy relationship and you trust your partner when someone tells you that they're cheating on you. If you really truly trust your partner and you are happy with them and you believe them, this is the energy that you should put in the world. Oh yeah, well, it's just rumors. I don't believe it, I don't care. And that's it. She later confronts her husband and
I can tell he's lying. I'm like 90% sure that he did cheat on her and he's now just worried he's gonna get caught.
Think about our relationship even, like the things that I believe, like I heard that you cheated on your ex, and I heard, you know,
I don't know what it is or how I can tell, but I can just tell. And if I'm wrong,
Alright, this room is empty now.
I'm not.
It's empty.
This confession sparked a big
Box and stuff.
Taylor and Denise, because Taylor says that the allegations of Dakota cheating on her from last year turned out to be true.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this bed thing. We're gonna have to reschedule the carpet, I think.
For her
At
relationship
least
when her
one
own
more day.
relationship is in the fucking gutter with Dakota. The second truth reveals actually some juicy drama from
There's
behind
just
the
like
scenes that
no
we
way I'm
weren't
gonna be able
aware
to
of.
get that
Someone
fucking
asks
thing done.
Jessie if she still holds it against Demi the fact that she was willing to take a bigger contract for season 2, even if that meant kicking Jessie out of the show. So quick summary of the situation. Between season 1 and season 2, when they were negotiating their contracts for season 2 of this TV show, Demi and Jessie apparently had a falling out. Demi was demanding more money because she feels like she was a fan favorite of last year, and because she's a fan favorite, she deserves more and she's gonna fight for more. And I don't know how the rift between her and Jessie happened. It's not really clarified, but they had a bit of a falling out. And then Demi went on a rampage saying that Jessie was disgusting, that Jessie was selfish, because Jessie already has a very successful hair business. She has a hair salon. She's a millionaire. She doesn't really need to be on this TV show, not for the money at least. And Demi thinks it's selfish of Jessie to be on this show because she's already rich. They're best friends, by the way. They look so alike that it took me 2 seasons to tell them apart. But eventually, they mended their friendship, they hashed it all out, and Jessie genuinely seems so unbothered that Demi tried to get her kicked out of the show. It couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Jessie is a grown, mature woman, not petty at all. I'd be Petty LaBelle in that fucking house. I'd be Petty Maz Gonzalez. I don't know who that is. But perhaps worse is when Taylor confronts Demi, saying, that puts us in a really awkward position because if you were willing to kick your best friend out of the show, what would you be willing to do to us? And Demi says, no, I would never do that to any of you guys. Basically saying that the only expendable cast member is her best friend. I've never seen someone just bury themselves so much whenever they get accused of doing anything. Bringing that up already leaves a sour taste in everybody's mouth, because all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, she did do that to her best friend. That was kind of nasty, and she doesn't seem to regret it at all. She was like, yeah, it's done. We hashed it out. I was being petty. It was a disagreement. We weren't even friends at the time, so it's not like I did something wrong. And then the CMA gate. Taylor was invited to present an award at the Country Music Awards, and I don't understand why. Like, is there a connection between country music and Mormons, or is it just because she's on a popular reality TV show? But anyway, she was invited to the CMAs, she presented an award, she posted a photo on her Instagram, and in the first 24 hours, 20 to 24 hours, none of the other Mom Talk mommies commented under the post. Some of them liked it. Most of them reached out to her in private, giving her strength, support, saying how proud they were of her. But publicly, not one single comment in the first 20 to 24 hours. So Taylor, Patti LaBelle that she is, took it to the interwebs to complain that her friends are fake and they don't support her when she's winning in life. And that caused a lot of drama. Now, Taylor is known for airing her feelings online without thinking about the consequences. That's how we got this reality TV show in the first place, when she went online to talk about the swinging scandal, accusing everyone else of doing it as well. But the post led to all of her fans attacking all of her friends on their pages. And I checked the followings. Taylor has by far more than anyone else. Eventually, Taylor apologized to the girls after Michaela and Macy explained to her that by her posting that, people were attacking them on their own pages. But Demi did not accept the apology.
Yes, it is my real hair. Yes.
Rampage commenting.
Yes, it is my hair.
Accusing Taylor of being a diva, thinking that she owns all of them, that it's
There's
almost
one
like
of
they're
the
forced to bow down
in my
to
hair.
her,
There's one
that
of
she's a
them.
terrible
That's my
friend,
son.
that every
I took some of
relationship
his
she has
hair
is transactional, that she's
and turned it into
disgusting.
my
Just a
dreadlock.
lot.
So
and I
this
think
is my
was off
son's
of the
hair.
fact that Taylor said that maybe the allegation that Brett cheated on her may or may not be a lie.
But not the
So
whole
after the
thing,
photo shoot
just,
with Taylor,
like,
Layla
that much
decides
of
to
it.
be a snitch because she realizes that Demi is taking it way too far. A group chat dedicated to basically talking shit about Taylor. And I'm not condoning being a snitch. If you're on that group chat, you should take it to the grave with you. I think it's weak sauce to do it, but for the purposes of the show, I love it. Snitch on each other all the time, do it. So then Taylor and Demi argue in front of all the women, and Demi brings up the fact that Taylor is a terrible mom and a terrible partner to Dakota, and that she was arrested, and she's gonna protect Ever True in this situation. Guys, by the way, did you know that Taylor's son is called Ever True? He was named after the question Taylor hears the most in her life. Taylor, is anything you say ever true? I'm going to hell. Because Demi talked about Taylor's son, and that's a big no-no. Taylor tells Jesse that Demi is a terrible friend because in the past, Demi told, there's so many names, Demi told Taylor not to go to Jesse's salon for hair because she had a bad experience. And that is once again her dragging her best friend for no reason. That's unfortunately not enough to ruin this thriving friendship, and hell-bent on getting Taylor out of mom talk because now she sees Taylor as a big liability for the business that Taylor is responsible for existing. Mom talk is only possible because of Taylor. She's the one who started it. She's the one who invited all these women into the group. And now Demi wants to kick her out. So she throws a Christmas gathering, and I just gotta say how sinister it is to see Mormons celebrate Christmas. I know they believe in, like, Jesus Christ and whatnot, but, like, they have their own specific Book of Mormon, right? Do they still do Christmas? Like, are all the teachings about Jesus the same? I was raised Catholic, in case you didn't know, which was kind of gross. But they celebrate Christmas, and Demi makes it a point of saying, here's to Mom Talk, without Taylor in the room. This is a Mom Talk meeting, official gathering, and we're not inviting the one that I want out of the group. So Taylor's mom shows up, Leanne, to confront the friends on behalf of her daughter. Now, this is not the first time that she meddles in her daughter's business. You'll remember in season 1 when Whitney didn't show up to Taylor's baby shower party, whatever. She called Whitney like, why aren't you here? Why are you treating my daughter like this? Well, Leanne's back, and she's there to confront Demi because she thinks Demi wants to take over Taylor's empire as the head of Mom Talk. And listen, Leanne shouldn't be there. She's meddling in business that don't belong to her. She's inserting herself into conversations that don't include her. But there's no reason for Demi to start cussing and being so, I don't know, it felt disrespectful to talk to your mom's friend like that.
She needs help, she needs to go to therapy, and she needs to go be a fucking mom.
And Leanne starts crying, and that don't stop Demi from keeping it going. She just keeps on punching down on Taylor.
Oh my god, I forgot about
and it all comes
this.
to a halt on the
I sewed this
reunion
by
before
hand.
the reunion. They all gather to discuss
completely
the future
forgot
of
about
Mom Talk,
this.
who's staying, who's not. Whitney
I took an
rejoins
old
the group.
tapestry
They all take a vote. Michaela,
and I sewed
love
this
Michaela.
by hand.
Michaela this season really said, I'm gonna stand on business. I said what I said, and I'm gonna stand behind my fucking statements. Because last
Oh my
season,
god,
at the beginning of the
this
season,
needs to go
everyone
in
was
my
like, "We don't want
rotation
Whitney. She blocked us all. She has
immediately.
followers. She made her bed. Now let her lie in it." Yet it's only Michaela that stuck to her words.
Right?
She's like, "No,
It's super
I said I didn't
cute.
want
It really
to be around
is.
her.
I
still
love
don't
these
want to be
like
around her, and I don't want her in the
vests
group.
that
I'm
are
not the
cut like
majority,
this.
And I'll try and be cordial, but I don't
I use
want
the
her in
same
group."
cut to make
She
all the leather ones
stood
too.
10 toes down
Oh,
on
man.
her stance.
Right in
and
my
that's,
rotation.
That's commendable. And then
I
we
need to
get to
find some
Demi,
string for
because
it.
at the Christmas party, Demi essentially said to all the girls, if Taylor stays in Mom Talk,
Also, I've
I'm
got
gonna
these
leave.
guys.
don't
I love
wanna
this
be
one
in
because
it
it has
if
like
she's
weight
in
to it.
which
All
is a
these are
wild statement to
individual
make
beads.
about the person responsible
It's
for
missing
you
some
having a
because
following in the first
age.
place, for you having this TV show in the first place. And I want to remind you
It's
guys
like one of those
how much
bolero
Mom Talk was meant to empower
style
women and
vests.
lift each other up and support one another.
But it looks
by the very
adorable
best of
on
themselves.
every
Core value of
outfit.
Mom Talk is uplifting each
Looks
other,
cute like
sisterhood
this.
and support and genuine friendships,
I love it so much.
supporting women, being
But
there
I
for
was
each
always afraid to
other.
wear it
Not only
out in the
just
woods.
women, but especially
And then this is its twin. This is reversible, so I can wear this as a black one.
But she comes to realize that no one
Or
feels this way about Taylor.
this is
at all.
silk,
No one hates
like
her
authentic
the way Demi hates her. No one
Indian
wants her
silk.
out the way Demi wants her out. So Demi gets up in tears and leaves the group, leaves the conversation,
And it's
and
like
leaves Mom Talk for the foreseeable future.
It's so soft. It feels like almost like velvet. It's silk. It's silk. So it's silk on this side and linen, I think, on this side, or cotton. I can't remember.
And Demi was very, very flirtatious with.
Definitely don't have BPD.
Marciano. And then there were
Loved
also
it so
allegations
much.
that a while after that,
I need to
Jessie
buy
was
new
seen making out with Marciano
shirts
at a
for
bar
the
in LA,
summer.
and it gets so juicy. Mormons who cheat.
Stuff
There's
that
some
are gonna fit
allegations
my
of Demi and
arms, since
Marciano
my
being
arms are so
inappropriate
fucking
in
huge
Italy,
now.
which were brought up by Jen prior to her
Cop
departure
diesel.
due to her mental health. And apparently, Demi sent her a cease and desist. Then there was also the rumor of Jessie making out with Marciano at Tom.
Dude, I was looking at my arms this morning, Papa, and I was realizing, like, holy shit, dude. I'm fucking, like, I'm ripped now. How, like, this is crazy how this just, like, suddenly happened in, like, a couple of days. All of a sudden. Like, I'm just, like, ripped. It's weird how quickly it's, like, working or whatever. I do not own a bong. Nope.
They apparently went all the way. And when I say all the way, I mean they had sex. And you gotta remember that for Mormons, having sex is like, that's it. You know, that's as intimate and as deep as you can go. And if you're not married, then instant hell. But it's also worth noting that Jessie isn't really Mormon. In fact, she says at one point in the season that she doesn't believe in any of it, which I also fully support. But then, why are we on the show, girlie? Why are we Mormon wives when we're not Mormon? Maybe she should have been kicked out. Maybe Demi had a point. But then Demi's also not a practicing Mormon. In the reunion, it is revealed that Jessie is currently not wearing her wedding ring, but her husband is there. And instead of addressing the drama and clarifying what happened, she says that everything is being addressed in season 3 that they are currently filming. And we'll just have to wait and see. But they are going to bear all, tell all, hide nothing. It's going to be very honest, very vulnerable. And I'm just like, really? This is what we were waiting for at the reunion, and nothing. All we get is like half a minute of her saying that we have to wait, basically. So that was anticlimactic. Then we got Demi, who didn't show up at the reunion. It wasn't surprising, considering how she left everything with everyone, but apparently she didn't attend because she already had a trip planned to Disneyland. And that sounds like a load of bull. You mean to tell me that the woman of the group who is most obsessed with Mom Talk, with making money off of Mom Talk, with getting brand deals and more visibility with Mom Talk and this reality show, you mean to tell me that's the one that had a Disneyland trip planned for the exact same time that they were filming a reunion? Now, come on now. Don't bullshit the church and try and go to heaven still. But she did have time to record a podcast episode with this horrendous host that we got for this reunion, and damn, she has not changed. Jen also says at the reunion that Demi knew she was going to confront her about what happened in Italy, so Demi preempted it all and orchestrated basically Jen's downfall on purpose.
Act of Congress.
And she even has receipts for Italy.
It's just crazy how it happened so suddenly, like all of a sudden. You know, I'm just like super, like even my shoulders and my back, like that's never happened before. Never had like that shit before. Dude, there's just no way I'm gonna be able to disassemble this bed. Cars are lined up in the window. These cars, race cars, trucks with trucks. This isn't even like a micro fraction of his collection. Shit, that's my son's college fund right there.
Telling them what to say about
His
you.
That's weird to call a friend and say,
Hot Wheels.
hey, can you say this on camera? That's weird.
We've invested $1, a day pretty much.
Girl, she was doing this to you an hour ago and you didn't say anything. So basically, Denise. You should discuss salaries with your coworkers if you're working like at a corporate job. But if you're both influencers, I think that change yourself. It's weird. Especially knowing that Denise will try and get you paid on the show if she feels like you're making too much money and that you don't deserve it because it's unfair. It's unfair to her, the fan favorite.
Do you have roots growing?
Explains the hair situation and says that she only told Taylor not to go to Jay-Z hair.
Sure do.
Because 3 other girls from the group had told her that they had bad experience there. And she's telling the host, like, after I gave her this explanation, how is she gonna still be mad at me but not be mad at the other girls that actually said her business was bad for hair? And the host looks her dead in the eye and is like, well, I'm still mad at you. You talk a lot about
Probably use a smaller one for this.
arguing over semantics when you didn't support your best friend's business, and that's it. And she literally goes, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Obviously.
And it's like all the other women in the group have told her those exact same words, maybe in a different order, but she didn't believe any of them. But when it's a man telling her, it's like all of a sudden, ding, 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 it makes sense. And that's just sad. Long story short, they gave a bunch of kids with a bunch of kids a reality TV show, and this is again, honestly, listen, I'm just 22, about to be 23. I could not see myself with one child, let alone 4 or 5 like after this one. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how much you have. I couldn't imagine being 24. Probably a millionaire. Most of them are probably millionaires or very close to it. And instead of basically enjoying life to the fullest, you're stuck raising 5 or 6 kids. Not to say that you can't find happiness being a mother or a father, but come on, 4 kids at the age of 24, is there any need? Like, is there any need? I mean, sure, the body probably bounces back a lot easier from pregnancy at that age. But 4 or 5 kids? No. I struggle with 2 dogs. Imagine 5 kids.
Just because you're struggling with the idea that someone could have 2 dogs or multiple children doesn't mean they do.
So it's coming. I mean, of course it's coming. It's how every holiday is. And they even gave him a reunion. Last season he had 8 episodes. This season we got 10 plus a 1 hour and 40 minutes reunion, which was very underwhelming. Honestly, getting that message.
I do not want to make that easier for her to be quite honest.
But yeah, that's it. Season 3 is coming. Dad talk apparently is a thing. Coming soon to OnlyFans, where they all will rip each other off and see each other off. Mountains of cum all over the place.
Why is she like trying to eat my begonia? I want to know that.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this and part 1, please leave a like
Oh,
on the
yeah.
channel if you haven't already. Also, are there any
Now we're talking. Now I just need to get something growing for right there. Okay.
Of the early 2000s or late 90s that I can talk about? She'll send me juicy reality shows, because this was weak sauce. I was expecting more. It was fun for the sake of seeing just how much they say this.
Yeah, waistcoats. I know where this fruit was grown. There was no chemicals used in the making of these fruits. They're so good. I want to eat the darkest red ones first. That big one. Boom. They are so juicy. It literally tastes like bubblegum. Thank you for the gold coin. It's like bubblegum. Almost like watermelon flavored bubblegum. More so than like bubblegum flavored bubblegum. I climbed a tree. I climbed a tree in order to get all these. I had gotten hundreds of them. But I was afraid to bring any more than like this home because they need to be eaten so soon. It was either me or the birds, so. Another fire. Pretty weird. Thanks, Mario. Thanks, Jesse. Hi, hungry from Syria Sweet. What do you mean? There were apricots, plums, pears, apples. The pears and the apples need a little more time. These were so ready to go. Caught them just in the nick of time, we did. You escaped. I gotta have water sounds. I gotta have water. I'm telling you, I'm not even making this up. When I genuinely think about it, I must be part mermaid. Because all the things a mermaid needs in order to stay alive, I need that. I have to have like 5,000 milligrams of sodium a day just to function. That's a lot of salt. If I don't submerge myself in water at least 2 or 3 times a week, I get physically ill. My mental health starts to slip a little. I'm gonna rinse a couple of these off. Let's rinse them all off because I'm eating them all. Let's not rinse off that one, and that one in case I get full. I would totally be a fruit vegan person, a fruitarian. It's the whole getting the stuff, figuring it out and getting it that is such a pain in the ass that I just can't be bothered. But I would eat, nothing but fruit for lunch if that's what's there. Holy crap. This one is insanely juicy. It tastes like bubble gum. It's so crazy. Gonna drown. Fuck, I love my cup. Weird. Yes, you did. ¿Por qué? See, look at that. Can't even eat one less. Wait, that one when I walk by later. Can I help you? What? And some cheese. The cheese tax. The cheese tax. You gotta pay the cheese tax. When the cheese comes out, this puppy comes looking. The rules are the rules, and the facts are the facts. And when the cheese comes out, I gotta pay the tax. The cheese tax. The cheese tax. Money, do you want some cheese? Money. Money. You don't want some cheese? Okay, I probably couldn't be raw vegan. I fucking love me some Swiss cheese, man. Stinky, crystally. Easy. nom, 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 nom.
Revolted against this teacher. She didn't get fired, but she got a talking to. You know, don't call the kids stupid, okay? This year, Ruthie's starting a new class. The teacher that was supposed to be teaching them didn't show up, so they decided to have Ruthie's old teacher, who called her stupid, now be her new teacher.
Winslow
Remember Miss Riddle from last year? Well, she's been promoted to the 4th grade along with you.
She called me stupid last year. She called me a moron. Ruthie is very, very upset that this teacher is now her teacher again, and this all culminates in her in class standing up and giving a big speech about how unfair it is that the children's rights are not paid attention to.
Our new principal, as well as Ruthie Camden's parents, insist that she be allowed to express herself.
Becomes this whole activist speech and goes into like school lunches and school shootings and stuff. It escalates very quickly.
Are we tired of being told to be quiet? Yes. Remind us to be here at the crack of dawn. Ketchup as a vegetable? I don't think so. Aren't you scared that someone is going to shoot you or someone at school is going to get shot? I am. And why can't someone do something for the kids who get hit every night when they go home? I don't just need a new teacher. We need a revolution.
The kids liked it, at least.
Yeah! Ruthie! Ruthie!
Good speech, Ruthie.
Ketchup as a vegetable? I don't think so. Yeah!
We...
Oh, it's fully charged? Mom, what? What? Mom, what? I just came upstairs. Mom, what? Do you need to go No, you're laying down. Do you need to go potty outside? Hmm? Do you need to go potty? Orly, do you need to go potty? Is that what you need, babe? Hmm? Do you want Mom to let you outside? You want more cheese, I know. Well, there's no more. It's all gone. I didn't realize there was a plug here. Oh, I had a fruit fiber. There, I got it. Stuck between my teeth. I learned how to spell Montana. I know how to spell Montana. Shut up. I'm gonna put all this out. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take away the decoration. Did I ever show you guys this girl? I bought this bikini from her, and I told her that I was she thought she knew what I looked like, and she thought that I was big and heavy like I used to be. So I told her, I was like, I want to buy a small, and she's like, are you sure about that? You know, you probably get like an extra large. Anyway, so, or a large. And I was like, no, based on your sizes and how big I am, I don't want to get a large, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, she was like, well, I think you should get a large. Blah, blah. So then she convinced me to get a large. And I told her, but with this one, I wanted to get it in small because I really, whatever. So anyways, to spite me, she sent me an extra small one, like the smallest possible. I measured it. So this was the smallest size she makes. She sent me an extra small. And then the other ones that I got from her, these ones, like, I don't know if you can see how like loose they are on me. They like hang off my body. These are the sister underwear to these. So I got underwear that's too big for me and underwear that's too small for me, all because she didn't want to listen to me when I told her that I wanted to order a small, because that's what size I was a small. And so now I've never been able to wear these, but these are like so cute. They're like bikini. It's supposed to be bikini, and it's thong, but it has like, it goes to the very bottom of your butt crack instead of like up at the top of your butt crack like this. So it's like, it goes like where the crack and like arches around your butt cheek. If you have butt, it looks really good. Actually, it looks good even if you don't have a butt, if it's the right size. Oh, and and then the top, this is what she did to spite me. She sent me one triangle that was like extra small, and then one triangle that was small. So the boob sizes are two different sizes too. Like when I hold them up next to each other, there's like, it's their like literal size difference. You know, this one back here is now hidden. You can see how much larger that one is. Like that's a lot when it comes to boob coverage for something like this. And anyway, so like for realies, like even my tiny boobs, these don't even, they don't give any coverage. These are almost like for dancer purposes only, but I don't ever do that. I just wanted a cute little thong bikini that I could wear when I'm out in the wilderness and I won't be like absolutely naked, but I also won't be, you know, honestly, it might fit me now, but if I wasn't wearing this sports bra, my boobs, oh, that's why, because I'm an old woman and I have like, my boobs are made out of just like skin essentially and muscle. So while they don't sag, there's just not really enough material to sag anyway. So if I wear this, it makes it so like all like what's happening here happens like here and it like bulges out. So I don't think I can wear these even then. Maybe I'll try one day. I should try these on. I haven't tried in a really long time. That's right, all my bathing suits. Oh yes, you are coming into rotation immediately because I'm tired of wearing this sports bra. Oh my goodness. It cuts into my skin. Oh god, relief. Instantaneous relief. Oh man, this feels so much better on the body. It doesn't hurt. Oh, felt like I was wearing like a sausage, fucking sausage tube thing. That's much, much better. Yes, sir. I like having small boobs. I used to have big boobs. My boobs were at one point like this big, I remember. Holding it and looking at it and going like, Jesus Christ, that's like the size of my face. I was pregnant or I'd just given birth. I'd just given birth. Thanks, Marky, for the thingies. No, I'm not a ginger.
Get a resolution to Ruthie's school problems in the next episode. Thank goodness for us, because I know we were all dying to know how this storyline panned.
Oh, she's live right now.
Several entities, as we've discovered, who are so afraid of lawsuits. For people and entities that spend so much of their time and their previous work history trying to help
My
other
whole
people
family has
avoid
giant
lawsuits.
boobs. I mean, I've got the smallest. Well, my
All this
sister used to have the smallest
disparaging or
boobs.
disparagement,
She
I
probably
should
still
say,
does,
of
technically.
the legal system and lawsuits that they do during their little legally
But
blind talks, for example. And yes,
my two aunts, both of them had to have surgery to reduce the size of their boobs. They were so big.
All of these little, you know, quips and
Like
jabs
Triple
they take
H.
in their little speeches.
My Aunt Bonnie, the problem is that my aunts are very short people. My Aunt Bonnie is 4'9". She's 4'9", and her boobs were like, she was top heavy. She couldn't
I
run.
mean, they talk the talk. I'll say that. They and their associates and affiliates talk the talk. And on the one hand, they
She has
want to avoid
permanent scars
lawsuits.
in her shoulders, indentions from the bras that she has had to wear.
But on the other hand, they sure do love lawsuits. Okay, they had Ammon had his name on a company called
Hey Heather,
Afraid
how's going?
LLC.
My darling, my love.
Lawsuits, LLC. So for a name who had his name,
Yeah, I'm not gonna wear that freaking pot leaf thing.
for just a moment, there's a company.
It might fit me now that
called Afraid
my
Lawsuits,
body's
LLC.
changing, but not quite yet, I don't think.
Apparently it did, and it does. And so, Ammon McNutt had his name on it. For a time, it looked like he was going to be taking over the company. There was a lawsuit over it. I think so. Mediation or something. And yeah, with the Dave Gibb guy. So, I mean, Afraid of Lawsuits, LLC. We're going to put to the side how weird a name that is for a company, okay? We're just going to talk about the fact that Ammon McNutt had his name on that company. So for somebody who, you know, participated in this legal line business, which is all about avoiding lawsuits and moving the pot of gold somewhere else, goofy cart number 4, parking lot number Walmart, this, whatever. Sorry, I was looking at y'all's.
Dude, this smells so good now.
Comments, and I'm trying to say, I'm trying to hear it. So now, okay, so that's
I
one.
wonder where my
that's
wax
one
burners
reason I
are.
wanted to come on here and talk about this lawsuit today is because it seems like a little bit of a contradiction, a little bit of hypocrisy or something. I don't know. Or, you know, yeah, something like that. But also, there's another reason I wanted to talk about this lawsuit today, and that is because specifically is the Salem.
It must be downstairs somewhere.
Hold on. I want to cut this out into a clip. Beep. Ooh, okay, hold on. There's another reason
I want to put these chunks of wax in my wax burner and then melt it on super low temperature
Another reason
so that I
is
can
the Salem Kaiser store
make my whole house smell like
just
that.
specifically
It's the
cursed?
chunks of this candle. My favorite smell. Warm cashmere and raw amber. I freaking love that smell. Or like amber and sandalwood is my perfume. That's what like all my stuff smells like. Amber and sandalwood. I just really like the smell of amber for real. I wonder where my amber packet went.
Now I don't know if it's the exact same building location. Maybe the building has moved, but then we now know that that store is like supposedly now closed down. That's the store that Crystal also had her own. Crystal Law and Ben Gorman had their own issues with this store because that was their store, and then that was the supposed hostile takeover and all of that. Okay. And
Can you see? I put the teddy bear on the cat house. It's like the perfect teddy bear chair. Look at this. I'm a genius.
Is there just
Look at this. So where he's sitting.
The Salem Kaiser brick and minifig.
It's the cat house, but it's pointed at the top. And so he sits perfectly on it. And the point is right in his crotch. So he won't slide back and he won't slide forward. He's like in the perfect spot.
I have skimmed this complaint. We're going to read it together. So kind of do like a reaction. We're doing something new. We're just jumping in. Okay, we're just jumping in. This is a lawsuit. BAM Franchising Inc.
Found the one that has the full. I found the full one.
Bauman, Sarah Bauman, doing business as Bricks and Minifigs, Salem Kaiser Store. Okay, who else are they suing? BAM Franchising, Austin King, K2 Bricks LLC, doing business as Bricks and Beyond. That sounds familiar. Now, when was this complaint filed? We have BAM, Franchising Inc., suing some people. It looks like, you know, former franchisee.
Oh my god, I'm so happy I just found that.
Okay, Austin King, doing business as Bricks and Beyond. This is the complaint. Bricks and Minifigs, they're calling it BAM or plaintiffs. So they are it is an Oregon corporation. Okay, so this is still when they were going by Oregon. Now they've done switched through Utah and went now to Delaware. But at this point in time, oh, they're suing for $500,000. Now again, this is 3 years ago that this was filed in the state of Oregon for the county of, oh girl, how do you say that? Clackamas?
Clackamas.
Clackamas.
It is so weird to hear like all these people talking about my local areas.
Okay. So who are these people? We know Bricks and Minifigs. All right, that's the BAM franchising. We know. Okay, so we know that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna skedaddle. I think.
Corporation at the time.
It's so weird how I accidentally have like connections to the things that go on in society. Like, it blows my mind how I have these little threads of connection somehow. Like, this whole Bricks and Minifigs thing started like right down the street. And the Eugene store, which is the sister store owned by Josh Johnson, is my local Bricks and Minifigs. So it's just very weird. It's not the only one. Even the Tyler Robinson situation, there's like so few degrees of separation between me and that situation too. It's just very weird. It's very weird how that happens. How the world is so small, actually. Nope, not lonely. All right, I'm gonna skedaddle, and I'll be back a little bit later. I've got some like shit to deal with, and I have to be a grown-up, so I have to go deal with it. So, talk to you guys later. I love you. Thanks, Pop.